It's the NBA All-Star break. Teams now get to rest up a bit before returning to action later this week. The Spurs, they'll return to action on Thursday. They'll take their 6-game win streak up to Austin. That's where they'll take on the Phoenix Suns inside the Moody Center. Well, today is the first day where teams can place the franchise tag on players in the NFL, a window that is open until March 3rd. Cowboys look to use it on wide receiver George Pickens.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Well, my goodness, what a weekend it was. A long weekend indeed and a lot of fun. Absolutely. Happy to be back in the saddle, though, here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I got to stretch the truth a little, Jason. Come on. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix. And it was an interesting weekend, I think, for everybody.
It certainly was. I need a couple of days off to recover from my days off. And, great long holiday weekend, and no rest for the weary. We're going back to Vegas tomorrow night.
What? We sure are, aren't we?
That's what I'm told.
Wow.
Although I'm still waiting for the plane ticket to show up in my my account.
Big fight this weekend.
Yeah.
In Vegas, involving one of our own.
Hang on a second. If you're watching on YouTube, I brought this because I ended up in Las Vegas on Saturday randomly. And in the hotel room at the Bellagio, the cover of the magazine that they have, and I brought it back, is for the Ryan Garcia Mario Barrios fight.
Yeah.
This fight is so big. I think far bigger than what a lot of non-fight fans realize. And I've been to Vegas when there's been some fights. And I've been to Vegas. I saw Canelo and Triple G up there, and it's got that level of pre-hype when you look at all the signage and everything around. But for this to be on the cover of the magazine that they leave in the hotel room,
that's pretty cool.
Normally I don't even look at these things, but I saw that and went, all right.
Very nice.
Yeah, because I was in Vegas and when I got the notice, hey, do you guys want to go to the Barrios fight? I'm like, well, hell yeah. And so a little show prep right there. Look at that.
Yeah, it was an interesting email that we got over the weekend from the boss.
Do you want to go? Well, yeah.
Okay,
all
sure,
right,
why
twist
not?
my rubber arm.
Exactly right.
Work.
So we'll be doing that. We'll do the show here, and then Thursday, Friday, we'll be live from Vegas.
Yep.
To get you ready for that fight. I'm assuming a big pay-per-view deal. And
on the zone, yep.
And so very cool, though, that Mario Barrios is representing San Antonio. Love it.
World champ.
Yeah.
Although I think he's not won since he won the belt. A couple of draws in there, but this fight with Ryan Garcia should be a lot of fun.
Well, it should be, and we're going to certainly get you ready for it when we head up to Vegas. So looking forward to that, man. Now, wait, you say you randomly ended up in Vegas. How do you randomly end up in Vegas?
Well, I blame the Rue Pub.
Uh-huh.
Now, I can't tell you, over the years, a lot of trips have been planned at the Rue Pub.
Sure.
And you've been a part of that.
Uh-huh.
Normally, they're a couple weeks out, never the next day. But, you're sitting there and, see, Pledge was there. And Pledge could have ended up on the private jet, but he bounced. And he's like, I got things to do on Saturday. I can't go.
Oh, wow.
Now, here's the thing, and I've told you guys this. You got a friend with a private jet and he wants to go somewhere? The answer is yes, and you figure it all out later.
Exactly right.
And that's kind of what happened. We were sitting there. My birthday had just happened, and Jennifer's birthday was over the weekend. It was on Sunday, and it's also Valentine's, and we're not doing anything. And, well, what concerts are going on? And, all right, well, let's go see Def Leppard.
Wow.
Texted John over at Awesome Tickets, and, got rooms at the Bellagio. Went to STK, if that's how you say it, steak at Cosmo for dinner, because that was the only thing that you could get a reservation for. Then I was like, I've heard of this place, but that's the only place of all the restaurants you can get a reservation for. How good is it? It was fantastic.
Wow.
Had this braised short rib.
Well, dude,
I mean, yeah.
I'm not sure there's a bad steakhouse in Vegas anywhere.
Well,
to be honest
that's
with
true.
you.
That's true. But
they're all pretty good.
But yeah, I tried to text you and you didn't
did.
respond.
Well, I mean, it didn't go through.
Well,
truth
it didn't
be
go
told.
through. It really didn't go through.
So, Maggie and I left the Roo Pub right away, and I did, and went and picked her up. We went down to Eagle Pass to Kickapoo.
Yeah.
And because we had that planned, and we like going down there, and
sure.
So, that was good, and we spent the night there Friday night, and spent most of the day there Saturday, and left, and did okay. We left a little money there,
Yeah.
but well, it was all good on Sunday at the Roo Pub.
Absolutely.
So, Pledge knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Were you there, Pledge?
No, he wasn't there.
Yeah.
You were?
All good
On
things
Sunday?
happen at the
Yeah, I
Roo
went
Pub.
out Sunday knowing we had Monday off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they were telling you about it. Apparently, when you hit a thing there, it's everybody knows before because the people are coming up right away, and it's like, hey,
Dude,
congratulations.
You got to pick up everybody's bill. That's the rule.
Well, maybe that is the rule.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't do that.
You got to buy a round of shots for everybody there.
I took care of one of the servers,
Yeah,
Bree, because
yeah.
she
Yeah.
kind of gave us a little tip.
Yeah. That machine's hot.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Were you the one that hit the grand?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, it wasn't me.
Yeah.
Truth be told, it was my
course not.
beautiful wife, Maggie.
Yeah, she's
She
the
did.
lucky one.
Yes.
They told me somebody hit it over the weekend or
Yeah.
that day, but I didn't know who.
Yeah. Well, there you go, Pledge.
Yeah.
It was me. So it was
Congratulations.
it was Maggie.
Yeah.
Put it that way. But I conclude that. I mean, we're Team Reinagel. Come on.
Well, and the good news is now you have cash ready to go for Vegas.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. This is all work, though. Man.
Work. Absolutely. I mean,
Yes.
we'll go to Vegas and go to bed early and.
Sure. All of that stuff.
I can't lie. I can't lie. I know how this goes.
It's going to be interesting, and you love it just like your trip on Saturday. When things pop up just randomly and spontaneous. You always seem to have more fun than if you planned it out 2 or 3 months in advance.
You know,
I don't know why that is.
I love spontaneous trips, and being an empty nester and dogless, and man, I miss my dogs. But yeah, but weekends like this, I'm glad I don't have that responsibility. Somebody wants to go, let's go.
Yes.
LFG, man, that's kind of the motto.
Absolutely.
Now, granted, this weekend we had all kinds of things planned because my life is about to change dramatically, and I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. My wife's work is making her go to, well, not making her, but she's going to North Carolina.
Wow.
For 4 months. Now, she'll be able to come home a couple times a month, and I'll go there, obviously, but she leaves Tuesday.
Wow.
And, so there was all kinds of things she wanted to get done this weekend.
That ain't happening.
And that didn't happen.
No.
And now this Vegas trip, we were already going to Phoenix this weekend, so, I don't know, but I've got to figure out, I need somebody out there that uses a good laundry service. Honestly, that's my biggest fear. Like, she's already made lists on, like, when trash day is, because I have no idea when our trash day is. I know if I go out and I see the neighbors have a brown can out, it's that day, and then the blue can is that day. I have no idea.
Dude, I didn't think it could get any worse, Minix.
Dude,
honestly.
you don't realize.
It's just unbelievable.
Now that I've got all this, like, I know how to work the dishwasher, but I don't know how to work the washing machine. I don't even know where it is and how. I kind of do, but I have no idea. But there's got to be a laundry service.
There is. They're all over the place.
Well, yeah, but what's the good one? Because, or the better ones.
Why?
The ones that come to your house and pick it up. Because when you Google them, they're all pretty damn vague on services and pricing.
Do they come to your house?
Well, like I saw Comet Cleaners does, but
Okay.
I have no idea.
Well,
because I know that I used to do my dry cleaning with Comet when I would need something done, and then they realized I don't get things dry cleaned often enough to be on the route.
Now, back in the day when I used a laundry service before I don't know, learned how to use a washing machine in about 5 minutes, it was charge you by the pound.
All right.
So whatever, the poundage is, it's so much per pound. That's how it used to be. I don't know if it's still that way.
I don't know.
I don't know how
but
it
if
is
somebody
now.
uses a laundry service, because I know I'm not alone, and I only have to deal with this for 4 months. So, but I know this is going to sound, but when we first were not even married yet, but living together, and she wanted a washing machine that we couldn't afford, and we were over at Sears at Rolling Oaks Mall. But if we get this one, you will never have to do laundry. And I've held her to that for 30 years. I've never learned how to do laundry.
Dude, I hate
and
to
I don't
break
and
this
I
to
don't
you.
want to learn how.
Well,
I mean, you've had to learn how out of necessity.
It takes like 2 minutes to learn how to do it. There's a button here, a button there. Put some detergent in, and bam! That's it.
See, here's the thing: if I've learned how to do it now, when she gets back, she's gonna know I know how to do it, and then all bets are off.
Oh,
you see what I mean?
My goodness. Yeah. Well, hey, if you got a good deal, keep it. I mean, that's fine.
See, now Jacob says the one that comes to your house in a French maid outfit.
Really?
Now, that used to be a cleaning service owned by somebody that actually be in the TV news here back in the day.
Really?
I don't know if it's still around.
They actually had one of those?
They did.
Wow.
Didn't last very long.
Well, I wouldn't think so. I mean,
They did advertise on this here radio
Is
station
that right?
way back in the day.
Wow.
Yes. Really good at cleaning baseboards, if you know what I mean.
Sure they are. And picking stuff up, right? Yeah. Wow.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Mhm.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you'll find one. I mean, they're all over the place.
I'm a
You can
little
go
bit
somewhere. I mean,
concerned.
Huh?
I'm a little bit concerned. I mean, we crack on Joe when Maggie leaves for like more than 3 or 4 days. 4 months, Minix.
Well, that's it. Well, and I think about like Rob Thompson. I mean, see, and that's what I'm worried about turning into, is a combination of Rob and Joe, right?
you know, they sell those lifelike rubber dolls. You just go buy you one of those, Minix, and sleep with that.
I think that's not what I'm worried about. No, I'm not worried about that part of it.
I'm just saying.
I'm just worried about, you go home and you've got nothing. There's no reason to go home, right? You're not in a hurry to go home, so you're just going to the bar every night.
Well, true.
Right? Or if you're
yeah.
Rob Thompson, Rob, when his wife is out of town, I mean, his house explodes somehow, and what he describes is insanity, and that won't happen. I'm too much of a neat freak for that. But there's just things that I'm worried about.
Dude, you're gonna be fine.
I know I'll be fine.
Come on, it's a good deal for your family.
But I'm also I mean
Yeah,
well,
that's what I'm saying.
Can I boil water? Yeah, but that's the other thing. I know how to cook outside. I don't know how to cook inside.
Well, don't cook inside.
Yeah, but
Says you have to do that.
You know how hard it is to grill for one?
Well, depends. I grilled a steak for me last night. Maggie didn't want that. She wanted something else, so
Yeah.
I just threw a steak on for me.
Sure, I'll do that.
So there you go.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be fine.
I'll be all right.
You'll be
I
fine.
mean, you could still grill for 2.
Well, yeah, there's always pledge.
Pledge.
I have a feeling pledge might be your house more than
It might be.
you'll never be lonely.
I mean, and that's certainly possible.
Uh-huh.
Because, I mean, it's coming into grilling season.
Yeah.
But this whole thing, because, this hospital she has to go to is apparently just a bleep show right now, and she's got to go fix stuff. And, around Super Bowl, it was like, I might be gone for a week or 2. All right, cool. Then it's 4 months.
4 months, dude. That's a
Yeah.
long time.
Yeah, it is.
And where she's going is a nice place.
Oh, I
though.
can't wait to go check it out.
Asheville, North Carolina.
I know.
That's a beautiful
Mhm.
place. It really
Mhm.
is. So,
Yep.
all right. Well, there you go. We take up a GoFundMe page for Minix so he can get his laundry done.
Hey, you have no idea. I mean, there's things that you worry about, and then there's other things that
I
you're not. That's my
suppose.
biggest thing. Is,
Well, dude, I hope
is
you
who's
find
gonna
a
do my
laundry service.
laundry.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah.
You need to find somebody because I got to sit next to you for 4 hours
Uh-huh.
every day. And
I heard he can work the dishwasher. He may just start watching us close to the
No,
dish.
no, I know how to do that. But honestly, I can work the grill, but not the stove. I don't know how to cook inside. I don't.
dude, we better eject.
Those HEB meals for one are awesome.
And those
Well,
are nice
you know what?
too. Yeah.
They all look nice, but the combinations, there's always something in there like asparagus that I want nothing to do with.
Well, it's a balanced meal. That's why they call
Well,
it that. It's balanced. You have your meat, you have your
Well,
potato, and your veggie.
One, I'm not going to do a steak. I'll do my own steak.
Well, I'm not saying a
But-
steak. I used to eat those all the time when I was a single man. And they'd have the nice tray with the chicken or
Are
whatever
you
in
kidding?
there. Yeah.
I'm going to every Spurs game when they're done with this rodeo road trip just so I can eat dinner.
There you go. That ain't a bad idea.
And give me something to do.
That
Which
ain't
I was
a bad
planning on
idea.
going to a bunch of them anyway, but now,
Uh-huh.
Necessity.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is Tuesday, and the All-Star game was on Sunday. But, it seems to be getting rave reviews, at least for the way that they played out. Now, some things are. The dunk contest is getting pooed on all over the place. But the All-Star game itself, well, getting rave reviews by the way they did it, and Victor Wembanyama is one of the reasons why. Let's talk about it when we continue here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Gomez Law Firm has been helping injured victims in car and trucking accidents for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here. Jose, if someone finds themselves faced with the stress of an accident, what next?
Well, the first thing they should do is pick up the phone, call the Gomez Law Firm, or Google joegomezlaw.com.
The Gomez Law Firm is the leader in personal injury law. If you have been in an accident, you need a firm that will fight for you and your family's rights.
We do ride-sharing cases, we do 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years.
The Gomez Law Firm fights for you against the big insurance companies and wins. Tell us about some other cases you represent.
Really, anything that involves a personal injury and a third party that is responsible for causing that injury, we will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have found yourself faced with a personal injury matter, if you've been in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then it's important to call the Gomez Law Firm today. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Nigel, why are you wearing a tuxedo?
That's not just a tux. It's a statement.
But your pants are 3 inches too short and your shirt has ruffles? Folks, there's nothing sophisticated about plumbing or AC problems. When repairs are needed, call Quarter Moon and we'll have a truck at your home or office fast and we'll fix the problem with fair pricing.
Joel, don't be jealous of my new look.
That looks like it's from the 70s and man, it sure is tight.
Nonsense, Joel.
Quarter Moon Plumbing, AC and Heating, 210-651-5899.
License number TACLA 141-074-EM16004.
We expect our information in real time. U.S. Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. U.S. Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as, that's 888-665-0696.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hump day on the Morning Huddle. The Olympics continue on. And, Rob, let's check in with the NFL. How's free agency looking these days?
And the franchise tags, are they flying fast and furious? Is there a trade working for a defensive end? We got so much to talk about with the Cowboys. Get here early, though. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is a Tuesday, which seems kind of weird because it's kind of felt like Monday all day, but that's okay. I'm glad it's Tuesday. Happy to be here. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He's Jason. And, I'm with you now that I feel it. It's kind of like, damn, man, I need a couple of days off to recover from a long weekend.
That's part of it. The whirlwind weekends and, live life.
Absolutely.
make memories. That's what it's all about, right? Doug Moe certainly did that. Just getting news that the former Spurs coach, although probably better known as the Denver Nuggets coach, Doug Moe passes away at 87 years old.
Wow, Doug Moe, man, he was quite the character, that's for sure. Jesse Jackson, remember Jesse? He passed away this weekend as well, as did, why am I losing it? I mean, he was my co-star in
Robert
movies.
Duvall.
Robert Duvall, my
Bob.
co-star.
Bob, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, threes.
He passed away.
Maybe he'll get a spike on renting that movie now.
My co-star.
And what was the movie there?
I never saw that. 7 Days in Utopia.
Yeah, I'm glad you remember it. Were you ever on set with him?
Never was, no, because all of his stuff was shot somewhere else, and the scene that I shot was, well, it was in Fredericksburg, and then there was other stuff. But no, it was kind of sad that I never got to meet him, because that would have been kind of cool.
That would have been. All-Star game was cool. All-Star weekend, I got to admit, I was in Vegas. I didn't see any of the slam dunk contest, and it doesn't seem like I missed much. But, and I don't know if this could be a poll question today that could end up 100-0. Did Wemby save the All-Star game?
I don't know. That remains to be seen.
Well, that's the poll question then, if there's already debate on it, because, guys like Ant are giving Wemby the credit for playing with energy, and everybody else had to step up their game. And it was a competitive all-star game. I like the format, the intensity, the shorter games. It was there until the very last one when the old dudes were out of gas.
Yeah, they were toast.
Yeah.
They were toast. Yeah. I didn't see a whole lot of it, truth be told. I've seen a lot of highlights and stuff like that, but I don't know. Am I going to now be excited about the All-Star game moving forward? I can't go there just yet. It just doesn't mean anything.
Well, it doesn't, but if you want to be entertained and see competitive basketball because of Wemby, at least that when other NBA players are giving him the credit for bringing the competitive juice, that's what you got. I mean, the world guys versus the young guys versus the old guys. And it was deliberately set up that way. 12 minutes per game, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Competitive.
Yeah.
One went to overtime, and they went with the different scoring. De'Aaron Fox with a 3 at the. I mean, it was competitive. It was fun for all of them, except for the last one when you could just tell the old dudes were out of gas.
Sure they were.
Right? But it was competitive, which is the one thing that we complain about all the exhibition games, whether it's the Pro Bowl, what the NBA All-Star Game has been, Major League Baseball. They found a way to make it competitive. And then, again, Wemby is getting a lot of credit for saying, if we're stepping on the court, we're playing to win, and that brought everybody else's competitive juices out. It would be appointment viewing next year if it's a similar type format.
It will be.
For me. Because I was home, we got home in time to watch it in the middle of the day, which is dumb, but because NBC has the Olympics, they had to have it in the middle of the day. But it was a fun exhibition event. I put it on thinking I was just going to fall asleep in the chair because I was exhausted because I had pulled an all-nighter in Vegas, and it held my attention. It was very well done by the NBA.
Well, it's on a Sunday, and so to say it's going to be appointment television for me is I just couldn't hold myself to that. There's too many other things to do, but I don't know. And the other thing is, apparently the ratings were good for it, but then there's a lot of people saying, well, that's because it was sandwiched in between the Olympics.
It's possible, and again, for a one-off, whatever tweaks that they make we'll see what they do next year because they won't have the Olympics sandwiched in there. And if it were on a Sunday night, I think it'd be a lot more, I don't know, viewer-friendly, if you will.
So. Sure.
And even for you, like if you were, to have been on the golf course during the day, come home, what else are you going to watch, right?
Sure.
And that's the beauty of it. They made an unwatchable product watchable. They give the NBA credit and Wemby credit for fixing a problem. And Wemby, the intensity that dude played with, was certainly there. Now, the Saturday night stuff, again, I didn't see any of it, but apparently it was just god-awful.
Well, it's not god-awful. It's just the same stuff. It's the same dunks you've seen about 100 million times.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just different guys doing it. Now,
was it different guys doing it or guys that we don't know doing it?
Well, different guys doing it. It's, I do remember back in the day, Kobe Bryant,
sure,
and Michael Jordan, and those guys would get involved in that stuff, and it was, it was new, it was fresh, it was entertaining, and now it's just the same stuff. I saw a guy jumping over a guy and another guy jumping over this and doing that, and it was,
All right, but if Carter Bryant wasn't a Spur, we wouldn't care. Right?
That's absolutely
he would just
right.
be another guy. But because he's ours, we're rooting for him. But if he were that dude but played for Sacramento, we wouldn't give a damn. Was he robbed? Well, he's a Spur. Of course he was. The three-point contest, I'm told, was good. Good rave review. Why? Stars are in that. Kendrick Perkins thinks that the NBA just needs to pony up and pay the stars to be in the slam dunk contest.
That was an embarrassment. If it was one thing that stood out that was an embarrassing moment for the All-Star weekend, that dunk contest was horrible. And I wouldn't say that, and I'm going to sit up here today and say the dunk contest don't need to go anywhere, but it does need to be fixed. And the only way you could fix it is by you need the big-time players, the big names, Anthony Edwards, Ja Morant. Hell, I would even like to see Wemby in it at 7'7". Participate. Because, see, the difference between the dunk contest and the three-point contest, the superstars and stars, they participate in the three-point contest. We saw Dame Lillard, right? We saw other guys participate night in and night out. The dunk contest, we need those big-name guys. Whatever Adam Silver and the NBA need to do to get the guys to commit and participate, damn it, get it done. It might cost a little lettuce, but make sure you get it done. The dunk contest means too much to the NBA and All-Star Weekend, especially to All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, there you go. Spit it out.
Do you know who won the dunk contest?
No.
Yeah, I don't either. And look, we would know who won if it was Carter Bryant, but the rest of the country would not. And so they wouldn't give a damn. They'd see another guy who is far down on the bench that just happened to win this thing. And again, I saw most of the dunks. I didn't see it live, but I made a point to go look at it, and it just, again, even if the big stars do it, maybe you want to watch this because of the star power, but what can you do that's fresh when it comes to the dunk contest? And that's more my problem than who's competing in it.
You say that, and I mean, you're right, but at the same time, I think if the stars were doing it, it would add a little bit more. It's like the last couple of years, the G Leaguer Matt McClung was winning it, right?
Yes.
Nobody cares. But when you see stars that are doing it, I think that's different. I think Perk talking about Wemby, that'd be kind of cool. But what could he do that's different? I mean, he could jump over all kinds of people. I mean, he does that on a day that ends in Y. But I do think because it's a star-driven league, these events have to be driven by stars. It's not the Make-A-Wish for the G Leaguers or the bench guys to give them a little bit of shine. But the stars don't want to be in the slam dunk contest because there's not enough money, sponsors that are involved, or the embarrassment of losing. And that's a damn shame.
Or they don't want to get hurt. I mean, think about that. I mean, how easy would it be to turn an ankle or whatever? And that's why I think, more so than anything else, and you want to give them some extra money. Maybe how much money are you going to give Steph Curry or LeBron James to make it worth their while to compete in the dunk contest? I mean, sincerely. I mean, you'd have to give them millions to even make it worth their while or for them to even think about it.
But that's part of the gig. And
Have you watched the NBA lately?
Well,
the players run that league, in case you missed it.
They need to make it part of the gig. And that's why, the poll question, did Wemby save the All-Star game? And, I see one of the comments on our YouTube page, and you can go there and vote and comment on the San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, or you could dial us up, 210-656-ESPN, 656-3776. How did he save it if he wasn't in the finals? Because he brought the competitive spirit to that game. He was the one talking about it early and often. And when guys like the MVP are saying we had to step up our game to match Wemby, I think you have to give that dude a lot of credit for the product that we saw. The NBA came up with a different format, but if the players didn't buy in, it wouldn't have mattered. The one player that bought in the most vocally leading up to it was Wembanyama. And you could see that intensity leading up to pregame and that first game, and everybody else had to match it. I don't know. To me, he went there. It was a business trip, not a fun weekend.
Well, and he's a competitor.
Yep.
And a lot of those guys don't look at that as a competition or something that they give a damn about. And it was certainly not that way, the original way. Maybe this adds a little something, maybe. I don't know. I'm happy for Wemby. The fact that he was out there, he wanted to play. Anthony Edwards, the other face of the NBA, or soon to be, certainly, praising Wemby for that. And all of that's great. It's fantastic. Again, did he save the All-Star game? Maybe this year he did. We'll see what happens next year.
Well, that's all you could do at this point. Right now, 71-29, yes, versus the no's on the poll question on the YouTube page. So go there and vote.
I want to know, and this is just for me and maybe somebody else. If you're saying yes, how? How did he save it? I want to know. Please tell me. Give us a call. 656-3776, 656-ESPN, or tell me in the comments there on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, how did Wemby save the All-Star game? Because he came into it as a competitor versus an exhibitionist.
Yep.
And if that's the only reason, did he save it? I think the jury's still out. However, he was good, and I'm glad that we have a guy that every time he steps on the floor, he wants to win. And I love that.
Let me ask you this. With this new format that they rolled out, which seemed to have worked, if this weekend was a disaster, it was kind of like that Tuesday flag football thing at the Pro Bowl, would we be talking about the end of the All-Star game?
I don't know if you'd ever be talking about the end of it. Maybe.
I mean, if we're talking about the end of the Pro Bowl, nobody watched the Pro Bowl on that Tuesday night.
No, absolutely not.
And if they're not making any money on the TV revenue side, everything is based on revenue. If they're not making money because people aren't watching, it will go away. And I think they were very much in danger of that happening this weekend with NBA All-Star Weekend. Wemby might have saved it.
Next year, they won't have the Olympics.
Yep.
We'll see what the ratings are then. I mean, sincerely, because I don't know if it was the Olympics or if it was both, if it was a combination of the two. I don't know. But that was the fact this year. And again, sound like the, grumpy old dude here, but I mean, the Olympics are the Olympics, right? I mean.
And let me ask you this. Hockey's playing in the Winter Olympics.
Uh-huh.
Why is basketball not in the Winter Olympics?
It's a good question. Well, I mean, the middle, I don't know. They'd have to stop the season. I don't know.
That's fine. I mean, NHL stops for a couple of weeks. The WNBA stops for a couple of weeks. Why is the NBA? Why is basketball a Summer Olympic sport? Because, honestly, trying to find the Winter Olympic sports that I want to watch are difficult. I'd like to watch basketball, and Pledge can tell me it finishes in the summer. So does the Stanley Cup, right? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
There's one thing that the Winter Olympics all have in common. They all take place on some sort of ice or snow.
Well, look at the players' knees while they're on the bench. There's plenty of ice.
There you go.
I don't know if it was that funny, Pledge.
Well, it wasn't that funny, but it was. Look, and again, it's the NHL must not care. I say care. as concerned about injuries as the NBA is. I mean, you've got a bunch of whiners in the NBA right now. They cry about, about a hangnail.
Well,
I mean, seriously.
Hockey players don't complain about injuries.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And so I think that's a big part of that, too. So
fair enough.
We'll see. I don't know. Lots going on. Today is Franchise Tag Day. Happy Franchise Tag Day, everybody. This gets it started. It runs till March 3rd. And, of course, Cowboys thinking about George Pickens. Let's talk about it. We'll hear from Jerry Jones as well when we return here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Fresh off of the All-Star Weekend, play resumes in a couple of days, gives you plenty of time to get signed up for Underdog, the best place to get in on all the action, make your picks, and win money right now in Texas. And playing on Underdog is easy. You just pick whether your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals. With Steph Castle or Wemby, you're looking at points. With Wemby, I'm always looking at where that block prediction is going to be. Get your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app today. Use promo code STAR to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit ncpgambling.org. Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing. Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value. With support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
How do you stay humble when you're America's #1 wiper blade? That's what we're currently dealing with at Rain-X. Is it even possible to humble brag when you bully Mother Nature like we do? Do we sound too conceited if we keep repeating how Rain-X is the #1 brand of wiper blades in America? No, we'll take a lesson from our wipers and just keep doing our job with humility. As America's #1 wiper blade. Rain-X. Outsmart the elements.
The hard water coming in and out of your home is like a rodeo. There's a lot happening, and a lot can go wrong. Like having a tea party during a bull riding event.
Excuse me, would you please pass the sugar?
Now that's hard. At the same time, those that know have a Kinetico quality water softener and enjoy smooth, soft, pure, clean water. It just makes everything better.
That's a nice bull. You want some cake?
If you don't have a Kinetico water softener in your home, you're basically inviting destructive hard water to beat up your appliances, your hot water heater, and every pipe in your home. And your coffee maker, hard water damages it too.
For limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Kinetico of San Antonio and the Hill Country.
Don't live in a hard water rodeo.
Ooh, he looks mad.
Call 656-PURE Kinetico.
License number 38961.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Monday, March 30th at the Golf Club of Texas. Get your slot now. $150 per person or $500 per foursome.
4
The Spring Golf Classic, benefiting fitting animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, is presented by Flight by Yingling, sponsored in part by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chunkla, PPL Motorhomes, and Ancira.com. The Spring Golf Classic, Monday, March 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Wow. Pledge getting into that. Zach Bryan at the Alamo Dome. He's coming up on Saturday, March 21st. It is the With Heaven On tour. We're going to send you the show. Somebody's going to get lucky right now. You listen to the Blitz all week long. And again, if you don't win tickets, you can always buy them at zachbryan.com. If you want to go see Zach Bryan on March 21st, it is a Saturday night. Then all you have to do is be caller what?
21, March 21st. Let's go
21,
there.
All right.
It's going to be a good show.
Sure, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. If you don't win now, guess what? We've got another pair we'll be giving away later in the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
How about that?
That's pretty good.
Also got some Dallas Cowboy cheerleader tickets we're going to be giving away. It's just like, it's one of those Tuesdays that it feels like Christmas.
Glad you said tickets, 'cause I thought Pledge just said we got Cowboy cheerleaders to give away, and I'm trying to figure out which one.
Wow.
The blonde, the brunette, the
Does
redhead?
it matter?
No.
No. You just blindly throw a dart, and you'd be just fine. Not a problem.
Oh, man, but I tell you what, the Cowboys certainly always in the news just the way Jerry Jones likes it. Some interesting misreporting over the weekend as today's the first day you can tag a player. The Cowboys aren't going to tag today. They'll wait till the deadline. That's how it works. But considering no real negotiations have apparently taken place, he's going to get tagged. They'll probably meet on the bus in Indianapolis at the Combine. But Todd Archer had a great article over the weekend, all kinds of scenarios to go along with George Pickens and his contract, all the different scenarios. He has a line in that article that said that through multiple sources, Pickens was fined during the season. That got blown up by all the aggregators into fined multiple times, which wasn't a part of the original reporting. We know he got fined at least once, and he got benched in Vegas.
We know that, but there was, I think, Todd Archer, if I recall that article, indicated that it was because he was late to meetings.
And Schottenheimer did talk about him being late, but it doesn't actually say what he was fined for, whether it was being late to meetings or Vegas but he said fined, multiple sources fined during the season.
Mm-hmm.
That turned into all the other reports saying fined multiple times, which wasn't a part of the original reporting. Who knows how many times he was fined? These guys can get fined for all kinds of things.
Sure.
Right?
Right.
That doesn't make him the bad teammate. Jerry doesn't seem overly worried about it. He was like, being late, no big deal. Because when you're a star player, you can be late. And that's kind of the weird part of it. A lot of coaches, if you're on time, you're late. If you're early, you're on time.
Mm-hmm. I was always told that.
Yeah.
Got to be 5 minutes early to be on time.
That's what it is. But it doesn't feel like it's a smear campaign coming from the Cowboys, which they've been known to do. A lot of teams do. When negotiations are about to happen, big-time players, big-time money, all of a sudden little negative nuggets get dropped. It doesn't feel like that's the case at all here. When I started seeing some of the different headlines over the weekend, I thought, oh, boy, here we go. Then you go back and you read Todd Archer's original article, and all these other sites, they got it wrong. They got it wrong.
They did. They absolutely did, because you're right. He didn't say anything about multiple times being fined. However you want to take that. And a lot of times, you're right, teams will do that in a lot of ways to throw other teams off.
Yep.
And have them to stay away. George Pickens, he's a bad guy. You don't want anything to do with that guy. And so that tells me if that's what's going on here, and I don't know whether it is or not, Cowboys, it seems to make sense to me that the Cowboys would plan to sign this guy to an extension and not trade him. Because if you're trying to trade the guy, if that's your plan, then you want him to look good in front of everybody. And so it just depends on which way the Cowboys are going to go on this thing.
Well, but again, I don't know. I think when you just go back to the article by Todd Archer, which was very well done, laying out all the variety of scenarios and kind of a Q&A that Archer had with himself. Here's the questions he's getting a lot. Here's the answers. And it was just in there. I have no idea if he was getting info from the Cowboys. Like the aggregators made it feel like, oh, here comes the smear campaign. Then you go read the original article, and it's not that way at all. We'll see. And then, Jerry Jones kind of laughed off being late for meetings. And then interesting things that he told TMZ. I don't know why TMZ, where they caught up with him, but they asked him about the drought and how quickly things can get turned around.
I would, first of all, start with this Super Bowl. I would look at these teams. Look at New England. Look at Seattle. They're made up of, for the team, first-year quarterbacks for the team, the system. The coaches are fresh on the scene. So the point is, in this day in the NFL, you can go from a pumpkin to a carrot, so to speak. And you can do it in a year, or you can do it in 2 years. That is very promising to me. I've been there. I understand how it's done. I understand how it's not done. I do want to say that it's highly competitive out here, as competitive as anything I've ever been involved in. But, for instance, we're redoing our defense, and I've changed so much about the approach that we're going to have with coaching the defense. So kind of when you work for yourself, like I do, you have to change what's in the mirror, so to speak.
That would be nice. And I think he will. I think he's going to. I think Jerry looks at the Super Bowl because he's mentioned that several times now. And he says, you know what? These teams turned it around quickly. And if they can do it, we can do it. And how did they do it? Well, they spent a lot of money. That's how they did it. And that's the prescription.
How many times over the last 20 years has it been said by all of us, if Jerry wasn't the GM, if he wasn't the owner looking at the GM in the mirror, that GM would have been fired. And
sure.
And for him to use the mirror analogy to finally admit he's got to do something different.
For instance, we're redoing our defense, and I've changed so much about the approach that we're going to have with coaching the defense. So kind of when you work for yourself, like I do, you have to change what's in the mirror, so to speak.
Yep.
And they're doing things so different this year.
So far, yes.
What light bulb has gone off for Jerry Jones to finally realize after 30 freaking years that the way they've been doing it isn't working? Now, you watch Seattle go to win a Super Bowl. You saw New England get there quickly and went, well, you know what? Let's get a bunch of young coaches in here. I'm glad the light bulb went off, but my goodness. Or is he just realizing that the drought that they're in is now at 3 decades?
It's so-called drought?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we quote them correctly.
With the air quotes?
Yeah.
This drought that people say we're in terms of a championship game or a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People aren't saying it. It's fact.
Yeah, it's a fact.
And you realize you only have so many seasons left. And maybe that's the realization. Or finally, Brian Schottenheimer has this man's ear on how to do things differently. That if you're going to do this, this is how we've got to get it done.
Well, I mean, again, if Jerry really is intrigued by what happened with New England and Seattle, I mean, the formula is pretty clear. They spent a lot of money, those two teams, bringing in quality players and free agents that could help this team right away. Look, Jerry, he's got 2 first-round draft picks coming up, and that's going to certainly help for the future. And maybe one of those guys helps this year. But if you want to get it done this year, and you know that Dak Prescott's window is closing, you got to go all in. There's no more time to joke about it. There's no more time to say anything. You want to win a championship, it's time to break out the checkbook and get it done.
Your definition of what is all in and mine might not be the same thing.
Yeah, they better be now, because we saw what just happened for 2 teams that weren't in the playoffs a year ago that were in the Super Bowl this year.
New England won 4 games last year, or the year before last.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, I mean, and Jerry has the ability to create the cap space. He's got the offense. He needs the fix on the defense. So all the different mock drafts that are coming out, and again, it's mock draft season. We're going to see a ton of these. You see some that make no sense, like one today with them making a trade. And again, that would, trade would certainly help the secondary right away. But at the same time, I saw another one, was it Barnwell trading Kenny Clark for like a 6th-round pick?
That makes no sense.
It made no sense to me, other than financially. You get that Kenny Clark money off the books because you got Quinnen Williams and O.C. Odigizua making a lot of money. You got a lot of money tied up on that front. And when Kenny Clark was traded in that Micah Parsons deal when he was acquired, this year didn't cost him a lot. Next year will. So was he ever really going to be in the long-term plans unless he redoes his deal? But if you're going to trade him, you got to get more than a 6th-round pick for him.
I would hope so.
I mean, I don't know what the value chart says, but I'd like to think you can get more than a 6th-round pick for that guy.
Oh, I would think so too. And when I read that, and a lot of people are saying the same thing. It was a ridiculous thing that he threw out there. Now, maybe Barnwell has heard something. I'm sure he has, or he wouldn't have thrown that out there. But still, a 6th-round pick for Kenny Clark, to me, that would be a huge waste. But we'll see what happens. I mean, stranger things have happened. Look, you can't get it all done in the draft. You just can't. There's no way the Cowboys are going to be able to do this, drafting and developing, anytime soon. They're going to have to go out and find some guys that can come in there and help right away.
Well, and again, there is a disappointing list on ESPN today. Best team fits for the top 50 players in free agency. The only thing that pisses me off about that list is they got Pickens to Dallas, best team fit, and same thing with Javonte Williams. Nobody else they have in this list as a top free agent, best team fit, being the Dallas Cowboys. And if the Cowboys are truly going to go spend money, and maybe this was put together with the idea that the Cowboys aren't going to spend money, they never do. But you got Jerry saying the guy in the mirror's got to change what he's doing. I mean, that's what Jerry said.
That's what
Jerry finally used the mirror analogy that everybody else has been using for 20 years.
Look, Jerry, no matter what you think about Jerry Jones, whether you like him or not, he's not an ignorant man.
No.
And he's got to know that the only way to get it done, and we've seen it. My gosh, we've seen it just recently. Teams that go out and spend money win Super Bowls. They do. The Rams are a perfect example. Seattle's a great example.
And you know what? There have been some other teams that have gone out and spent money and fallen short. But I would rather see them do that than do what they've been doing, which is always on the 5-year plan, following the Dave Ramsey beans and rice, rice and beans motto, and not getting anywhere, right? If they go all in, if they were to spend some money and it didn't work for whatever reason, damn it, at least they tried.
Yeah.
They tried something different. You're still going to be disappointed at the end, but at the very least, you know that they tried. Injuries happen, luck happens, bad calls. I mean, Des caught it. I mean, there are things that just happen, but there is the blueprint on how you can turn things in a hurry. My goodness, you don't even just have to look at the NFL. Hello, Indiana football. If you spend the money on the right dudes, guess what? you can win a championship.
You absolutely can.
It's not just about going out and spending money. It is also spending money on the right guys.
Well, I mean, to me, it's easier to go get a free agent because you already have a resume.
Yep.
You know what he's done and what he's capable of. In the draft, you're not sure. You know, they were good in college. Will they be good in the NFL? Well, we've gone over this a number of times. Maybe 50% of the draft picks hit if you're lucky.
Yep.
And so, and the Cowboys have had some bad luck with some guys here, especially in the early rounds of the draft lately. So, free agency to me is the only way to fix that defense and fix it quickly. You go out and get 2 or 3 guys if you can, a couple guys maybe at the most, or whatever you can do once all these contracts are restructured to come in and plug a hole right away. And we're talking about whether that's an edge rusher or a corner or a safety or whatever, but go out and get somebody that can come in day one and you know they're going to contribute to the success of that defense.
Well, and again, they're with Quinnen Williams and Oso Odigizua, that is the one part of the defense that's solid. Every other position group on that defense needs help, and you're not going to get it all done in the draft. And maybe that's the realization that Jerry has had. We've got to go spend money. It's required if they're going to be competitive. If you want to take advantage of what you're spending on the offensive side, especially after you give Pickens at the very least $28 million to go along with what you're paying Dak and what you're paying CD Lamb, what you're going to be paying your kicker.
Tyler Smith's coming up.
Tyler Smith is coming. I mean, you've got to fix the secondary, and really the only way they can do that is to spend in free agency, and Jerry seems to be willing to do that in February. Will he be willing to do that in March?
Well, I think that all-in comment was at the Combine one year, was it not?
Yeah, or at the Senior Bowl?
Yeah, maybe.
I think it was at the Senior Bowl.
Whatever, and that was early.
He was on his bus. I think maybe
he's on the bus at the Combine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always taking
because he said all in at the Senior Bowl. And then when they didn't do anything, he's, your definition and mine are all different. And then we all said,
You think I'm an idiot?
Yeah.
Come on, Jerry.
And then we got the truth.
We're going to be selectively aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what they do. I mean, they know the prescription. Are they going to fill it or not? And that's going to be the thing to watch for in the offseason. Do they actually bring in some guys?
Aggressive is the right word.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, the Olympics are going on this year.
Stop it.
I asked our Olympian last week what the Olympic Village was really like.
Mm-hmm.
He refused to say.
Mm-hmm. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas?
Apparently
knuckle
so.
down and go a little harder.
But there have been a lot of condoms used. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, you got to give him that huck and spit on that
they're
thing.
almost out.
No, they're out.
So if you've got some, you need to send the Olympians' way so they can have some fun when they get off the slope. Send them a few condoms, will you? Safe sex. It's good. We're talking about that when we continue here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hey, let me tell you about my good friends at Stevens Roofing. I say that in all honesty. I love that family out there. They're a great family, local company, a company that's been in business since 1983, which just every time I say it, it blows me away because that kind of a reputation, that kind of longevity is just incredible. Not a lot of businesses have that. And you don't stay in business very long if you're not doing it right. Stevens Roofing is certainly doing it right. And now they've added solar to what they do. And so if you've been thinking about solar panels on your house, and I know a lot of people are thinking about that these days, Stevens Roofing and Solar is the company you want to call. 210-785-0994. Tell them what you want to do, how much you want to spend. They'll put a plan together, and they'll get it taken care of, and it will be done and done right. If you think you got a problem with your roof, you've been meaning to have that checked out, Stevens Roofing and Solar is the company to remember. They'll come out. In fact, they'll send a crew out to your house, and they'll check it out for free. They'll let you know if anything's wrong or something needs to be repaired or fixed or whatever the case may be, and it's going to give you that peace of mind that you know you want and you deserve. Stevens Roofing and Solar, the best in the business, 210-785-0994, or you can visit them online at stevensroofing.net.
Riding 410 with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Former Spurs head coach Doug Moe passed away today right here in San Antonio at the age of 87. According to one of his former players, he passed peacefully with his wife Jane at his side. Well, we're past the NBA All-Star break. Teams now get to rest up before returning to action later this week. Spurs return to action on Thursday. They'll take their 6-game win streak up to Austin, where they'll take on the Phoenix Suns inside the Moody Center.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Well, happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope you had a great weekend, especially if you're like Minix and I, and you had a little 3-day weekend. It was enjoyable for sure. Good to be back here. Lots happening in the sports world, that is for sure. So keep it right here on the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I am Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix. And Minix, I just saw this. Now, I don't know if we've talked about this before. They're remaking Gilligan's Island.
What?
Yeah, it's going to be a movie.
Right, I see you're watching a trailer over there.
I am watching a trailer. It's a lot of big stars in this thing, including Sydney Sweeney, who plays Marianne.
Really?
And Margot Robbie, who plays Ginger.
I'm in.
Huh.
I can watch that on mute. Are you kidding?
Jack Black's going to be the skipper.
You know,
I don't know when this comes out. It looks like it I don't know. Maybe it's already come out. 2 months ago. I'm not sure. It doesn't say.
Maybe
but
it's AI.
Could be. The guy from the one lady that just passed away, comedian that was in Home Alone, is Mrs. Howell.
Okay, so it's already been shot.
It's already been shot, obviously,
All
sure.
right.
So, but a lot of big stars in this thing.
Well, I mean, that's good. I mean,
Including Roby
Hollywood
and Sweeney in shorts.
Can't come up with anything original that's good, so let's remake the good stuff and make it better in 4K. Will you back that scene up?
Yeah, you like that one, huh?
Are you with me over here?
Well, yes.
Joe,
I am.
Joe can't stand up right now, so
What?
let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. Brought to you by Novu Brazil Brewery in North Star Mall. Two guys, two opinions, never enough time.
Speaking of, there are winners at the Olympics, and then there are winners. According to reports, Italy supplied 10,000 condoms for the Olympic Village this year.
10,000.
They ran out in 3 days.
Holy cow. Now, you hear the stories about the Olympic Village.
Yeah.
And I guess you've got all these young people, boys and girls coming together in different countries.
Athletes in great shape.
Just wanted to see what it's like in,
you gotta
in
get
Russia.
your cardio
or,
in.
I don't know, or Switzerland. Or, you never know.
Speed skating, huh?
Uh-huh. How do you go through 10,000 condoms in 3 days?
Well, how many athletes are
Dude,
over there?
I don't know, but my goodness.
I mean, how many athletes are over there? Now, the question is, how many of those are actually getting used? See, I mean.
What do you mean getting used?
Well, exactly what it sounds like. When you're walking by and they're in the bowl when you're walking into the room, you're grabbing a handful and just in case you need it, or back in the Navy days when you would pull into a port as you were leaving the ship, there was always a big candy dish there as you're leaving, and you got what you needed to protect yourself.
Well, I'd imagine, depending on what country you're in, you needed a double wrap.
I mean, that there's no lies being told. Probably every country.
Well, maybe so. Maybe so.
But that doesn't mean every one of them got used.
So you think there's some that just put them in their wallet?
I mean,
We used to do in high
you were in the
school, right?
5th grade, 8th grade.
Oh my gosh! I guess that's
That one's been in there a while. Hope it's still good.
They still have a week left of the Olympics, something like that.
Yeah.
They better find some more condoms.
Well, I mean, a lot of great athletes in there. I mean, the whole breeder wife material could be going on there. A couple of Olympic athletes creating another one.
Well, that's possible. That's very possible.
That could be somebody's goal.
It could be.
Maybe Jake Paul got a handful of them.
I wouldn't imagine you'd want to knock somebody up at the Olympic Village. And maybe it's a test drive at the Olympic Village, and then you go for the gold when you get it back home.
Well, I do think it's good time, not long time.
Uh-huh. Well, sure.
But could be.
Don't know. They need more condoms in the Olympic Village.
They do.
Yeah. Just saying.
What are you saying?
I'm just saying they need more. I mean, I don't want to see anybody get hurt. Come on.
Get hurt.
I mean, for everybody have a good time, but let's, I don't know. I mean, if you're in that good a shape, I mean, and I wouldn't know this, but it's like, I don't know, birth control, is that a no-no if you're in training like that or competing? I mean, I have no idea. Obviously, you don't either.
Well, I'm just trying to think of how I want to approach this. Maybe the ladies have IUDs, so they've got the goalie ready to go. They just hope the goalie continues to pitch a shutout, right? Or, are they more worried about getting knocked up or catching something?
Well, I think that's it,
right?
Catching something.
Right. I mean, it could be twofold here.
I don't think that goalie prevents catching something.
No, it doesn't. No. You got 5 kids, right? All daughters.
Uh-huh.
I mean, yeah, no, it's are they more worried about disease or pregnancy?
You're talking about my daughters?
No, at the Olympic Village.
Oh, because I've already got several
grandpa.
daughters that already
exactly.
have popped out a few puppies. So, I mean, what are you going to do? I did my job while they were in high school. After that, they're on their own.
Yeah, well, that's it. Graduated with no kids, man. Congratulations.
I did. That's exactly right.
Yep.
Yes, and I even had a cheerleader.
Yeah. Can't say that about Casey.
Well, I'm just saying she was.
Uh-huh.
She was a cheerleader.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad she didn't go to Alice High School. Alice High School, dude, there was always three on the sidelines with a baby bump.
Really?
Always.
How many of them were yours?
Well, none.
Oh, okay.
None.
Well, you were the stud tight end, right?
That was something. I don't know about tight end, but those were the days.
So, the Philadelphia Phillies have signed an 11-year-old.
Dude.
This is the most bizarre, meaningless, why is this news story?
Why the hell are they signing an 11-year-old?
Because they think he could be the next. But it's for $1.8 million, but it's a futures deal that they don't even pay him until he's eligible, which is in 5 or 6 years. So if he's worth 1.8 today, what's it going to be worth in 5 or 6 years in the class of 2031?
Well, they're locking him in now. That's the thing.
Yeah, but I don't think the contract, when you read the article, I don't think it matters one way or the other.
Well, so this is just like a deposit.
Kinda.
Okay.
I mean, it's a bizarre story that you're going to read, but when you read it, it makes no sense. And other than they've found a guy that right now is the best, but he's 11, so things will change as they hit puberty. Maybe he won't be the best in 5 years from Venezuela. But if you read it, the article, the contract really has no merit for either side.
I don't get it. I just don't get it. An 11-year-old, come on. I mean, seriously. I mean, are teams that desperate now?
Well, yeah.
It's ridiculous. I don't even know what the baseball contract will be all about by the time this kid is
$1 billion. If he's 11 now and signed to a $1.8 million contract that isn't worth the piece of paper that he signed, but they've got him. They've got us, and you promote that, now everybody else is going to be looking at the guy. Now you got to deal with tampering. I don't know.
It's crazy. I think things are going to change in baseball pretty soon.
Yeah?
I do. Yeah. Pledge and I were talking about that earlier today. I mean, how can you continue to go on? You talk about a league that how the Dodgers are going to win. You know that.
Yeah.
That's it. You skip the season. Dodgers win again.
Come on, Joe.
I'm just saying.
It's the Astros year.
No, it's not. The Astros aren't going to get there. And the Cardinals are going to suck because they're pulling an Astro, just trying to get rid of everybody and start over with the farm club.
So really that's why you're just ready for a poo-poo baseball season.
No, but I'm just saying.
Because your Cardinals are going to suck.
Well, sincerely. Yeah, I mean, if you had to pick somebody to win.
The Dodgers.
The Dodgers.
The Dodgers.
Because they go out and spend $1 gazillion every year.
Yep.
And, well, they win. They buy a championship. That's what they do.
You ever covered the Masters?
No, I haven't, but I would like to.
I would like to. It's very difficult to get a Masters ticket, as you know. It's difficult to get a credential for the Masters. And Kenny Mayne won't be getting a credential anytime soon. Back when he worked for ESPN, he thought he was going to be a part of the Masters coverage, but he said something on television, made a joke apparently, and the Masters people made a phone call and had him banned. He told this crazy story on God Bless Football with Stu Gotts. He said, quote, "I'm banned for life from Augusta. I used to cover golf, used to do the TPC Sawgrass and did the U.S. Open every year for 7-8 years. It was me, Mempelt, Andy North, the whole thing. At TPC one year, I made a smart-ass comment about, we'll see you at the Masters. We'll bring 4 saucy ladies out to play." And somebody from Augusta National called into the ESPN truck and while they were still on air and banned them. He wasn't allowed to go.
Well, back in those days, just to add a little context to that, women weren't allowed on Augusta National.
Yeah.
It was men only.
Yeah.
I think there's only 2 female members now.
I think Condoleezza Rice is one.
She's one of them. So I mean, they've changed a little, but it's still a boys' club out there.
Well, but to have the power to call the ESPN truck and say, "Yeah, dude, tell Kenny he ain't coming."
Yeah, absolutely.
Because of a joke like that.
Sure.
Wow.
They can do that.
They can do that.
ESPN doesn't want to lose the Masters.
I've met Kenny Mayne a handful of times. He does not give a damn.
Nah, probably not.
No.
He's a goofball.
Yeah.
Didn't we talk to him on Radio Row last year?
Yeah.
New Orleans,
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Interesting. Would you want the NFL, if you were NBC or ESPN or CBS or anybody, would you want the NFL mad at you?
No.
Well, they're mad at NBC.
They're mad at NBC.
Mad at NBC.
Uh-oh.
We're going to tell you why when we continue here
Network
on the Blitz.
drama.
On 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. The Headline Blitz is brought to you by Novo Brewery, San Antonio's newest sports watching destination with over 80 feet of video walls, 60 craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. A full bar and delicious menu. Novo Brewery is attached to North Star Mall and open late hours. San Antonio's newest sports headquarters is Novo Brewery. We're talking over 80 feet of massive video walls, a lineup of craft beers, and hard kombucha on tap. Novo Brewery, juicy, thick-cut ribeye steaks, picanha prime sirloin, Brazilian empanadas, stacked burgers, and more. Novo Brewery, built for fans, friends, and full-on game day energy. Novo Brewery, attached to North Star Mall with late hours. Check out the menu and taps at novobrew.com. That's novobrew.com.
You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter. The Gomez Law Firm has been San Antonio's trusted law firm for 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us today. Jose, tell us about the cases you all specialize in.
We do ride-sharing cases, we do 18-wheeler cases, work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you or your family have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, you need to visit joegomezlaw.com. Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code SOUND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code SOUND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code SOUND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Round up your foursome, your work crew, your weekend golf buddies, even the ladies, and get ready for a fun, laid-back day at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, March 30th. Lock in a team for just $500 for a foursome, or jump in solo for $150 per player and spend the day talking trash, crushing drives, and laughing your way around the course. This isn't a stuffy golf club tournament. It's golf the way it should be. The Spring Golf Classic benefits feeding animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, so you're having a great time for a great cause. Presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chunk Club, PPL Motorhomes, and Ancira.com. And when the last putt drops, the day is just getting started. Join us for the after party at the 90 Proof Bar at Lucky Ranch Road and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and all the post-round storytelling you can handle. So pick your team, claim your spot, and tee up with San Antonio's Sports Star. Sign up your foursome now at SA Sports.
Well, happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope you're having a great one out there, whatever you're doing, however you're doing it. I hope you had a long weekend to do whatever it is you do on a long weekend. Happy for you, and hopefully you're rested and ready to go. We're not. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix, and this is The Blitz.
A kind of interesting tweet from Jeff Passan. Major... I don't know. You guys have probably heard Tony Clark stepping down as the head of the players' union. The Major League Baseball players, and think about it, they're a year away from a major labor contract talks, right? So all this talk of Tony Clark stepping down, why now? Jeff Passan, MLBPA Executive Director Tony Clark resigned after an internal investigation revealed he had an inappropriate relationship with his sister-in-law, who had been hired by the union in 2023. So this dude hired his wife's sister and then took it to another level.
You know, I don't pretend to know this because my sister-in-law, I would have no desire to have anything to do like that with her, but I would imagine that happens more often than not, more often than you think. When you're talking about getting together for family, you know, and you got a hot cousin you haven't seen in a while.
Hot cousin?
Or I don't know.
Where are you from?
Shiny sister-in-law.
You want to go with the Kentucky sound effects on that one? Your hot cousin?
I'm just saying.
Does she have all her teeth, Reinagle?
Well, don't knock it till you try it, Minix. I don't know. I would just imagine that happens more often than not. Maybe it doesn't. Anybody out there having an affair with your sister-in-law?
No.
Did you care to admit?
Well, that's it. All right, somebody out there has done this.
I'm sure.
Now, somebody's going to call in with some BS story about me. My wife's a twin, and there's one night.
Yeah.
You always hear those stories.
Of course. I don't know about that. I mean, the twin would know.
Well, of course the twin would know. But would you?
Well, I would think you might know. Even though they're twins, they probably might feel a little different. I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm not trying to take up for this guy, but I would imagine it happens more often than not. And I mean, we're a very sexual society, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, and guys are guys and will always be guys.
And girls are worse.
Yes.
They just claim to be more innocent, but girls are worse.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
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 Spicy and naked.
Thought it was going to be something about, funds or something like that, and it's his sister-in-law.
Well, and you can't keep him on. I mean, he's got he's got issues he's going to have to deal with with the wife.
Mm-hmm.
So he's
got this big labor battle coming up.
Yeah.
I don't want nothing to do with that. I'm out. No, you got caught.
Got my own labor battle I'm about to have to deal with.
Yeah.
You're exactly right.
It's going to be expensive.
So the NFL is not happy with NBC, and there's an article out. And now, all granted, this is it looks like a what kind of article you want to? Bobby Burack of Outkick wrote this article. NBC signed an 11-year, $27 billion deal with the NBA. They're back, and I think everybody's happy they're back. It brings back the
round ball ruckus
nostalgia and all of that kind of stuff and all of that deal. Well, apparently things aren't going too well early on for NBC, and they're actually losing money right now. And there's already reports, according to this article, that they could be looking somewhere down the line to try to either condense their streaming or do something else because of the money they're losing. Well, it's not only that. There is a reporter by the name of John Orand, I guess, said last week that the NBA agreement has irritated NFL league executives. Now, NBC's paying about $2.5 billion per year for the NBA and roughly $2 billion per year for the NFL.
So basically, the NFL isn't getting as much as the NBA. Sunday night football versus Sunday night NBA.
That is correct.
And that has the NFL owner saying, "Hold my beer."
Well,
this ain't gonna fly.
And it could be bad news for NBC because you got people like YouTube TV out there.
YouTube wants more NFL.
They want that, and they would love to have a Sunday night football game to showcase every week. And hey, it's all about money. We all know that, especially when it comes to this, right? I mean. And look, let's face it, YouTube probably has a hell of a lot more money than NBC.
Well, and so does Amazon. And while the NFL apparently does like NBC and the results and ratings that they get on Sunday Night Football, which remains the most watched on television, NBC, where they're at right now, can't get into a bidding war with YouTube or Amazon. But when you look at what Sunday Night Football is, versus Sunday night NBA and just the overall audience, NFL, now when they signed it and they were getting $2 billion, they were happy. But then when the NBA got $2.5 billion, they were like, well, wait a minute. We're worth more.
Yeah.
We're worth more. And, it's kind of like, I don't know, when you're next, you're going to get paid more. And that's the way these contracts work. But all the streaming and everything on Peacock and all that's expensive, and everybody's trying to get all the different subscribers and whatnot. They're as long as people are watching and advertisers are willing to pay it, it's going to be there. But there are so many different options now. It makes it difficult for the average consumer to have a YouTube, an Amazon, a Peacock, all these different streaming services. Makes it very difficult, and you just wonder at what point is it too much. I mean, remember back in the day, when us old people still had not cut the cord, and I have finally cut the cord.
Sure.
But everybody was like, dude, you can save so much money by getting rid of DirecTV or Spectrum and buying these apps. That's not the case anymore because you have to have so many. It actually costs you more. And then you got to figure out where the hell everything is.
Well, that's it. And what do you have? What don't you have? But it's coming to this. I mean, streaming's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. And while I don't want the big three to go away, or the big four, if you count Fox, certainly, NBC, ABC, CBS, and Fox, they're going to have to try and compete with some of these things. And look, I don't want to see, Sunday Night Football go to YouTube. I mean, I don't, or YouTube TV. I have it, so it doesn't matter to me. But I'm just saying they're making so much money now because people are streaming and cable companies are gone that they've just got a lot of money to throw around. And if you were to ask the executives at NBC, and I mean this in all sincerity, if it comes down to a choice, which one are you picking?
Football.
Of course.
I'm
surprised you hesitated that much.
Well, I mean, just because of course, we're all going to take football. And I know.
Well, I'm talking about NBC. They'd much rather have
They would much rather have football. But they want it all. Because of Peacock. They want to be able to provide enough content there. Now, Sunday Night Football is the one that I don't care where it is. If it's the standalone game and it's on YouTube, or if it's on Amazon, or if it's on something that hasn't even been created yet, I don't care. It's when it's in the middle of the day and you've got something on YouTube and you've got something that might be on CBS or Fox or something else, just because it's more difficult to switch from one app to another app versus just changing channels. So if it's a standalone game, I really don't care where it is. And I'm going to get it because I'm a sheep just like you are. If that's where football's at, I'm going to have it, and we're going to go there and watch it. If it's the standalone game, that's not a big deal. It's if they had a random game on the 3 o'clock window, if you will, on one of those networks, and if it was a game I cared about, but also I was watching, other games, that would make it more difficult. As long as it's a standalone game, I really don't care where it is. I'm going to go find it, and I'm going to watch it.
Well, and I think, at least according to this article, and I agree with them, the cost that, think about this, the cost that CBS and Fox have on a Sunday afternoon, because they have to have all these production crews in different cities. They show multiple games depending on where you're at.
Yep.
YouTube says they don't want to do that. They don't want that, or Amazon either, and have to field and pay for all of those different crews, so they want a standalone game. And Sunday Night Football, while I don't think it will happen because I think the NFL is too entrenched with the big networks, it certainly could. And if YouTube or Amazon throws enough money at them, if you're Roger Goodell, you're saying, sorry, NBC, it's been fun.
Yep.
But we can't do that anymore. And then, God, there'd be no more Chris Collinsworth. Holy cow.
He would just get a job over on the YouTube.
I don't know.
I mean, you can't get rid of Chris Collinsworth.
That didn't work out for Barkley. Did you see where he is taking a sabbatical? Not happy with ESPN. I don't think he enjoys ESPN at all.
No, he wants to work.
Well, yeah, of course he does.
Somebody needs to buy Reinagel a cameo from Collinsworth.
A cameo?
Yeah, when's your birthday? November?
What do you mean a cameo? What kind of cameo?
When you can go on there and pay somebody a lot of money to send you a personalized greeting.
Here's a guy.
Hey, Patrick Reinagel, love you.
Hey, here's a guy. All right, now don't do that. Please don't waste your money on that. Please don't.
Oh, please do.
Speaking of the NBA, getting rave reviews for the All-Star game on Sunday. And we've got a poll up on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. I've simply asked the question, did Wemby save the All-Star game? If you voted on that, thank you. If you have not, please go to our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. Right now, 80%, well, it just went to 78%.
Son of a.
Say yes, he did. My question would be, did he save it Sunday or moving forward? We're talking about it. We continue here on the Blitz, on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know me, you listen to this show enough, you know the Rue Pub is my go-to spot. No better place to watch any big game, any big event. Plan a random trip then at the Roo Pub there at 281 in Redland Road with those 3 massive 170-inch screens, TVs all around, and the food at the Roo Pub is fantastic. Love the fried shrimp over there. They have the biggest and best wings in town, great hot dogs, chicken sandwiches, about 15 different burgers on the menu. I'm told the salads there are wonderful, the appetizers, and that kitchen is open late every day with the full menu available. So when you need a late-night meal, don't go to a drive-thru. Get into the Roo Pub there at 281 and Redland Road. Happy hour weekdays from 11 to 6. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hump day on the Morning Huddle. The Olympics continue on. And, Rob, let's check in with the NFL. How's free agency looking these days?
And the franchise tags, are they flying fast and furious? Is there a trade working for a defensive end? We got so much to talk about with the Cowboys. Get here early, though. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Mornings 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Texas is leading America again, and John Lujan is a big reason why. Working side by side with Governor Greg Abbott, Representative John Lujan helped bring high-paying jobs home and strengthen Texas's energy dominance. Now, John Lujan is ready to bring the Trump agenda home to Texas. That means fighting for affordability, higher-paying local jobs, and lower federal taxes for working families. It means defending Texas energy, protecting oil and gas jobs from failed liberal policies, and keeping America #1 in energy production. It means securing our border, making President Trump's border policies permanent, crushing the cartels, stopping fentanyl, and ending human trafficking. And it means rebuilding our military. No social experiments, no distractions, just the strongest, toughest fighting force on earth. Conservative John Lujan is the only candidate endorsed by the San Antonio Express News, Texas Alliance for Life, and Governor Greg Abbott. On March 3rd, vote Republican John Lujan for Congress. Abbott, Trump, Lujan, a tough team for Texas.
Political ad paid for by John Lujan for Congress.
The most beautiful time of year is upon us. Tax season. And Tax Slayer is here to help you file. We guarantee 100% accuracy and your maximum refund. Those are some good numbers. And you can trust me, because I'm a talking calculator. Did I mention Tax Slayer even has support from real US-based humans? If you have any questions along the way, beat the rush and start for free today. Tax Slayer. File fearlessly.
Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, and block parties are back, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action because you can make those picks and win money right now here in Texas. And it's so easy. You pick your favorite players. Are they going to go higher or lower on their stats? Points, rebounds, steals, three-pointers made, whatever it is, you get your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. I'm still riding De'Aaron Fox. He's become a great part of this offense. Always a good look for higher with De'Aaron. Download the app today. Use my promo code Alamo. You'll get $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code Alamo. Underdog. Make picks and win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Saline from Vicks.
Sinex Saline Nasal Spray?
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion associated with colds and year-round allergies with a gentle, ultra-fine mist that's no mess and easy to control.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Enjoy life's important moments without congestion. Try Sinex Saline from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
I don't know what that is. What kind of music is that? Sounds like that techno AI stuff. With the robots running around.
What are we listening to, Pledge?
This is K Tronada.
Who?
K Tronada.
K Tronada.
You don't know who that is?
No.
Wow. Well, I don't feel bad then.
Sounds like something I would order at a Mediterranean restaurant. I'd like the K Tronada, please.
Okay. Well, you say that was good stuff, but I'm not sure.
I'll pass.
I'll pass. Yes. Yes.
Cowboys are going to introduce their new defensive coordinator, Christian Parker, tomorrow at a press conference at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I would imagine we'll have some of that for you right here on the Blitz tomorrow afternoon.
Carry it live.
Carry it live, of course. No other way to carry it. This is the Blitz, by the way, 94.1. I'm Joe. He's Jason. The All-Star Game's getting some rave reviews, and one San Antonio Spur in particular is getting some rave reviews from his colleagues. Anthony Edwards, for one, praising Victor Wembanyama for his his competitive nature throughout the All-Star Game on Sunday afternoon.
You know, I love the fact that Wemby is getting recognized by his peers for his intensity and desire to be competitive. And I think Wemby set the tone, and other players are saying that. So our poll question on our YouTube page today, simply, did Wemby save the All-Star Game? Right now, 71-29 in favor, saying yes, he did. 29% saying no. Now, you can answer in the comments why you voted the way you did, because at least this All-Star Game format was a good idea by the NBA. You got the buy-in from the players, and it worked, at least for this one Sunday afternoon.
Yep.
The way it was set up with the world guys, the international players, they clearly by design put all the young guys on one of the American teams and the old vets on the other. And maybe that's a little bit of a tweak they need to work on, because in the finals, the old dudes run out of gas.
Oh, they did. Yeah, they absolutely did. It was, and you could tell. But from all, look, I didn't see it live. I saw a bunch of highlights and stuff just to kind of get caught up on what happened, and it looked like it was competitive. Certainly a lot more competitive than a regular All-Star game. Although I will say, in a typical All-Star game, you just have horsing around for 3 quarters, and then typically those guys would get competitive going to the fourth quarter. But this was an interesting format, and I applaud the NBA for doing it. Now, did Wemby save the All-Star Game? Yesterday he did, or Sunday he did. Moving forward, we'll have to see.
Well, and that's it. But I do like the fact that they were 12-minute games, if you will, in the round robin. It felt like AAU, right? But with 12 minutes, you don't have time to jack around. I mean, you know, the clock is ticking, so you got to go get it. And by all accounts, yesterday was fun to watch. Now, can they repeat that? Because if this was a disaster, I don't know what they do moving forward. I mean, it's kind of like the Pro Bowl in the NFL. They tried a flag football game on a random Tuesday, and it sucked. Nobody watched, and the people that did watch bitched about it. Now, that said, we had CeeDee Lamb on the show the day after the All-Star game, the Pro Bowl deal that they had up there, and he said it was a lot of fun for the players. And therein lies, I think, the tough decision that the organizers have to make. Are they trying to make it more fun for the players to get their buy-in and involvement, but also putting on a quality television product? You know, players can have fun like that because they were just jacking around and just having fun. But do we really want to watch Pro Bowlers out there having fun? And hard to call it a Pro Bowl when you got Shedeur Sanders playing in the game.
Well, exactly, and it's flag football. And
yeah.
No offense to flag football players. We're going to see a lot more of that because the NFL is getting involved in this stuff. But, yeah, I'm not interested in watching that. And I think maybe a combination. If you're trying to have the players to have fun, That's great. Send them to Hawaii and let them go to a resort and swim, take their families there. This kind of stuff on a random Tuesday night, I don't think because honestly, I think if you polled the football players, would you rather do this or go to Hawaii for a week? I think they'd rather go to Hawaii for a week.
Well, it's what Kyle Rudolph told us on Radio Row. The Pro Bowl went down and guys became uninterested when it no longer included the trip to Hawaii. And for Kyle Rudolph, for him, it was, you go to practice in the morning, then you're hanging out with the guys at the pool because they're all staying at the same resort. Here, or this year in San Francisco, they were all at the same hotel, but it's not the same. And the different events leading up to aren't the same as opposed to the week getaway, because no matter how much money these guys make, a free trip to Hawaii is still a free trip to Hawaii.
Absolutely true.
And that motivated guys. So you have others like C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud didn't want to go because, well, it was dumb. It meant nothing to him, so he passed on being a Pro Bowler because, one, he knows he didn't earn it. He was, at that point, like the 9th or 15th choice, and then he finally got to Shedeur Sanders. But there are a number of guys. I use C.J. just because he's a Houston Texan, but here's a guy that passed on it because there's no incentive. I mean, CD said they had fun doing it, but some guys, do I really want to go to San Francisco, stay in a hotel for a couple of days, and go play in this kind of goofy-ass event that people are going to trash? But if it were in Hawaii, maybe he takes that trip to Hawaii.
Well, I mean, just move it back to Hawaii. If you want to keep it in flags and no contact, then you can try that. But again, this has been the problem with all of them. It doesn't matter. I think NHL does the best with their skills challenge and those kind of things. And maybe that's just because it's new. I don't know. But again, you said you were glued to the TV. You enjoyed it.
Yep. I thought I was going to fall asleep to it.
Yeah. So I did not see it other than highlights. But again, it wasn't a priority for me to stay home on a Sunday afternoon, and I'm very happy I didn't. Well, I made the right decision.
You did, but I will say, though, in being a Sunday afternoon versus a Sunday night, sandwiched in between the Olympics, but what we saw was competitive and it was fun. And that was the goal of the NBA, to make something worthy of your investment in time to tune in. Next year, priority television, maybe, more so than I thought it was going to be this year. I mean, by the time I got home from Vegas and walked into the house, it was about to start, put it on, thought I'd give it 10 or 15 minutes and then, go about the rest of my day, but it hooked me in. I was watching. It was good stuff.
Very good. Now, Claymore on Twitter, at Jason Minix, at Joe Reinigle 210, asked an interesting question. Mm-hmm. We're saying, did Wemby save the All-Star game? If number 2 was still a Spur, would we be saying he saved the All-Star game? He had one hell of a performance on Sunday.
He did, and I don't think so. And I'll tell you why, and I'm not just hating on that dude, because he did. That was probably the best I've seen Kawhi play in years, and it was in games that don't matter. But
well, he's been stealing money for a while, so,
But I would say the difference is Wemby talks and talked leading up to how he was going to make it a competitive environment. If he's stepping on the floor, he is playing to win. He doesn't go half-ass about anything. He doesn't go low. He set that tone a week before the All-Star game and kept that momentum through all the pregame festivities. And when you have guys like Anthony Edwards saying, yeah, dude, we had to match his intensity, that's why I'm saying he's the one that's there. And everybody stepped up their game, including Kawhi Leonard, who, my goodness, that was vintage Kawhi. We haven't seen Kawhi play like that in a long time, right? De'Aaron Fox with his, game winner. There was, Anthony Edwards was the MVP, but Wemby is getting credited from other participants in the game, including the MVP, as setting the tone for the competitive nature of what we saw. That's why I'm saying, did he save it?
Well, interesting.
Fair question, though, Claymore.
Well, I think it was a fair question. If he was a Spur, and is that the only reason we're doing that? And no, it's not, because he did get a lot of praise from his colleagues, and to me that holds more weight than, say, me and Minix or anybody else. So, look, I'm glad that we have a guy that is competitive every time he steps out on the floor, whether it's an exhibition game like this was on Sunday or exhibition event. Or a real game against Oklahoma City. So I'm happy that he's that competitive and that he wants to perform at his highest level, no matter who he's playing or what the situation is. So to me, if you're a Spurs fan and you're a Wemby fan, that to me is more important than anything else, and I'm just glad to see that kind of an attitude.
Absolutely. Now, I mentioned C.J. Stroud not going to San Francisco to be in that Pro Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
C.J. Stroud was in the news a lot this weekend with various trade rumors, right? I don't know if you saw any of those.
I saw that.
Our friend, the General, John McClain, has had a very unfortunate tweet that is kind of backfiring on him. Our friend John, we'll have to talk about this on Thursday.
Oh, for sure.
Pledge, don't let us forget. He tweeted, John McClain did, at 1:31 this afternoon. If C.J. Stroud is traded, I'll walk naked down Kirby Drive at rush hour. Is anyone else willing to do it if he's not traded? Don't think so.
I'd rather see Don Harris shirtless. And in that situation, that's probably an accurate statement.
I don't know what I'm rooting for here. I really don't. John McClain, though, because people don't forget, tweeted back on January 7th of 2021, I've got a better chance of becoming the Texans' new head coach than Deshaun Watson has of being traded. Ignore the rumors. Texans won't trade Deshaun Watson. And apparently he had to eat a newspaper back in 2014.
Wow.
So there might be a really good chance that John McClain has to walk naked down Kirby.
Beep, beep, and bleep, bleep.
I really hope that doesn't happen for
Spicy and naked.
I love John McClain, but I certainly do not want to see him walking anywhere naked.
I like it naked.
Uh-huh. No, I love
He also knows there's a ticklish little pitch coming up.
Love the guy, but I don't want to see that. So I responded to his tweet saying, I please don't trade C.J. Stroud. Please don't.
Were the Deshaun Watson ones pre-allegation? Because I think that kind of changes things in regards to your thoughts on him being traded.
No, I mean, pull up when the allegations happened. That was in 2021. I think that was right in the middle of all that. You know, when it might have only been 1 or 2, not 40 or whatever the number ended up at. But that seems about the right timeline, that those were coming, the allegations were there. Busby was having press conferences, and what were the Texans going to do? And trading him seemed like, oh, come on, people deal with all kinds of stuff. They'll get by this.
You know, it's going to be interesting to see. We're talking about Deshaun Watson. He's still got another year left in Cleveland, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Isn't he your starter?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's got to be, right? Going into the season, he's healthy. He's got to be the starter for the Browns going in. I would imagine. I think you'd be kind of dumb not to. Especially, you talk about a team that had the opposite of the Cowboys. They had a defense and no offense. Deshaun Watson, I would imagine, although we haven't seen him play a lot, he's still a pretty damn good quarterback.
I mean, well, he hasn't been since he left Houston. I mean, because when he has been on the field, and God, it feels so long ago, but you know, you had the when he was finally eligible to play, and he was a disaster in Cleveland, and then he got hurt again. I don't know if he's still good or not. I mean, to be honest, there is the distinct possibility that if he were to come back and play with all this time off, he could be there.
I can't imagine the Browns would do anything else. You got to play him, especially considering what you have. Although apparently the new coach there likes Shedeur Sanders.
Well, What's he going to say?
I have no idea.
What's he going to say?
Well, we'll see what happens there. It's going to be interesting for
All right,
sure.
all right, so some of you Texans fans are going to have to help me out with my memory.
Mm-hmm.
Pledge is saying Deshaun demanded a trade January 28th of 2021. The first allegation didn't come out until March, St. Patrick's Day of 2021.
Yep, I remember those allegations came out when I was at the Rue Pub.
Well, of course. But why was he demanding a trade in January of 2021?
They had just had an awful season. They were like 4-12 despite him leading the NFL in passing. And so he was trying to maneuver his way out of Houston, especially after the organizations. I think that was right after they hired David Culley or whatever, too. So they were already kind of in this spiral tank to the bottom. And he was going to try and get his way out of Houston.
But John's tweet was from January 7th of 2021 about he wouldn't get traded. So that was 3 weeks before Deshaun demanded. So there must have been enough rumors out there. See, I don't remember him demanding to get out. I just remember once all the allegations, the McNairs are like, dude, we can't have you here. You got to go.
Well, and then Cleveland gave them a stupid offer for him.
Well, sure.
Or gave Deshaun certainly a dumb offer. So, it is what it is. And if you're the Texans, you couldn't not say yes to that. So I don't know what happens with Deshaun Watson. I just, it's sad because he was a hell of a quarterback. I mean, the guy could play.
Dude, he was incredible. And Bill O'Brien messed with a lot of things there, but I don't know. It's Deshaun Watson.
I guess the masseuses in Cleveland aren't as good as they are in Houston. Who knows?
Well, he's close enough to Baltimore.
Hey, don't leave Justin Tucker out of this.
Well, yeah. Well, this is true.
I'm not leaving Justin Tucker out of this.
Yeah, this is true. Huh?
Longhorn legend.
Yes, he is. Oh, my goodness. We'll see what happens in the offseason. It's going to be interesting, though. That's for sure. We talk about Deshaun Watson and whether he'll play or not. George Pickens, going to be a Dallas Cowboy when the season begins in September, or will he be in a different uniform? And are there some allegations that, I don't know, he needs to be on time more?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it when we continue here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast. Best way to do that, call my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. If you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
Riding home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6, KTFM Floresville, and everywhere at sasportstar.com.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8 year old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com. abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
Here in San Antonio in the Hill Country, our water's hard. It's harsh like some accents.
Hey, what's the matter with you?
Now that's harsh. At the same time, those that know have a Connecticut quality water softener and enjoy smooth, soft, pure, clean water like this.
Tú eres mi luz en la oscuridad.
Hard, harsh water?
Hey, use with the face.
Soft water.
El amor es como el agua que nunca se seca.
If you don't have a Connecticut water softener, you're basically inviting hard water into your home to beat up your appliances, hot water heater, and every pipe in your home. And if you can't live without your coffee maker, hard water damages it too. Call me for a free in-home water evaluation at 656-PURE.
For a limited time, get a free reverse osmosis drinking station, $400 off a trade-in, and 0% interest for 12 months. Call Connecticut of San Antonio in the Hill Country, 210-656-PURE.
Connecticut is simply the best water softener you can buy, and that's why we say it's the last water softener you'll ever own.
License number 38961.
When you're vacationing in your RV, there are some things you can always count on. Taking the kayaks out on the lake, hot dogs on the grill, and your sister's boyfriend pulling out his acoustic guitar.
Everyone quiet! Harrison's playing. Wow, you're so good, Harrison.
With Progressive, your RV is protected 24/7, so you're prepared for whatever you don't see coming. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
DQ presents the Spicy Menu. For a limited time, try the new Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket for $6.99 with spicy, bold strips that heat you up. Served with a side of famous DQ soft serve as a dip to cool you down. That's right, dip those spicy chicken strips right into soft serve, plus fries and toast, all for just $6.99. And add a new pineapple lemonade sparkler or cooler made with tahini. It's the limited time only Spicy Menu. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy, tastes good. Participation may vary.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Even if you've given up on your New Year's resolutions, one health habit that's easy to keep is Active Liver from New Nordic. Active Liver protects your liver so you can enjoy life to the fullest. Online at Amazon, in stores at CVS, Walgreens, and now GNC.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Sad news today. Former Spurs head coach Doug Moe passed away here in San Antonio at the age of 87. According to one of his former players, he passed peacefully with his wife Jane at his side. Well, today is the first day where teams can place the franchise tag on players in the NFL, a window that is open until March 3rd. It is being reported the Cowboys will use it on impending free agent George Pickens at a cost of $28 million.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Well, hope you're having a great Tuesday out there, whatever you're doing, however you are doing it. Thanks for stopping by here and joining us on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He's Jason Minix. And, boy, a lot going on today. There really is, because it is, well, it's franchise tag day.
Well.
So happy franchise tag day.
I mean, nobody's going to get a tag today.
I'm just saying.
You know, but apparently the window is open and you can do it. It's like early voting. But, you know, Election Day is still, you know, March 3rd.
Well, why wouldn't you do it today? Doesn't cost you anything. You can still renegotiate.
Nobody does it on the first day.
I'm just saying. Well, why not be the first? If you know what's going to happen, take care of it.
Yeah, it's a great question. I don't know. I don't know why they give you a week. Like, tag your dudes. You got till July 15th. Figure it out.
Well, it's actually more than a week, right? If it's today, what's today? The 17th? And it ends on March 3rd. So you have until March 3rd to get it done. Don't know. When's the free agent signing period open up? Do we know that off the top of our heads? Anybody? No?
Hang on.
It's March 13th, I believe, is the
Something
tampering
like that,
window, and then the opens on like the 16th or 17th.
There you go. So that's what they're trying to avoid with all of this, and any other team that uses the tag, most likely, until you can try to renegotiate. But either way, you got your player for at least another year.
Well, and I do think as soon as you do tag them, that all that money is on your books.
Could be.
So March 3rd is the deadline for clubs to designate franchise or transition players.
Huh.
League year and free agency starts March 11th.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot coming up. And you got the combine at the end of the month that gets started out in Indianapolis. So
February 23rd to March 2nd.
That's the combine?
That's the combine.
Yeah, well, that's coming up. Well, that's less than a week away. It's next Monday.
Next week.
How about that?
Holy cow.
Wow. Interesting. So we're headed out to Vegas.
We are.
Maybe.
Well, when you're spending somebody else's money, so we got a flight option, right? There's a direct flight, but it's like $300 more than one that leaves 30 minutes later but has a layover in Phoenix.
Uh-huh.
So obviously I asked for the direct flight.
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
But I haven't seen anything show up yet.
Well, it'd be nice to do that. This just popped up all of a sudden over the weekend. Big fight in Vegas this weekend.
Absolutely.
It involves one of San Antonio's own.
Yeah, Mario Barrios against Ryan Garcia. In fact, I was in Vegas on Saturday, and this was in the room, and all the rooms there at the Bellagio. I imagine every Vegas hotel room, but, Barrios and Garcia are on the cover of the Las Vegas, your guide to everything Las Vegas for February. The Ring, high stakes at T-Mobile Arena, promises fireworks.
Fireworks. Wow.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It'll be a big-time fight.
So we have been asked to go to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
To promote this fight to the fine folks back here in San Antonio and South Texas. And so
we'll leave tomorrow night after the show.
Uh-huh.
And Thursday and Friday we'll be live somewhere in Las Vegas. I'm not even sure where.
Well, that's a good question.
I'm not even sure where we're staying.
I mean,
except for they are providing rooms.
This is, again, it's just popped up.
Yeah.
On Saturday.
The morning guys are going too, Rob and AJ. They'll be out there at 4 a.m.
Both of y'all are going?
Apparently.
Yeah. There won't be any crazy steep hills. And Rob just can't forget his apple and butter. What the hell's in front of you?
It's honey almond butter.
That sounds awful.
I don't want to touch Rob's apple.
Oh, you can play with Rob's apple.
No, I don't want to play with anything with Rob.
You just fondle Rob's apple.
Yeah. And
I think he left it there for you to play with.
Honey almond butter.
That sounds awful.
Creamy. I'm assuming Rob takes a bite of that apple, spreads a little butter on there, and
creamy butter.
And he goes to town.
Does he? The apple's still there.
Well, it is.
So's the butter. I've never even heard of that. Is it any good? It sounds awful.
It sounds terrible. It's way too much like peanut butter as far as I'm concerned.
Well, you don't like peanut butter.
No, I don't. And I'm not sure I'm going to like honey almond butter either.
Do you like honey?
I do.
Do you like almonds?
I do.
Do you like butter?
Sure.
Then what's your problem?
Well, dude, I like...
There's nothing in there that says it's peanut butter.
I like peanuts and I like butter. I just don't like them combined.
What?
How hard is that to understand?
It's complicated, Reinagel.
It's not necessarily about it is about the taste of peanut butter, but it's just like it's the.
You don't like peanut butter. You don't like Reese's.
Well,
you don't like Reese's. You don't like a Snickers bar.
A Snickers bar doesn't have peanut butter in it.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Snickers doesn't have peanut butter? What's in there?
Nougat and
nougat.
I thought there was a little bit of caramel and peanut butter in a Snickers.
There's caramel
and chocolate.
There's caramel.
All right, so no peanut butter in a Snickers.
No peanut butter in a Snickers. No.
So that's why you like it.
I like Snickers.
I always thought there was a little bit of peanut. There's peanuts in there.
Baby Ruth.
Yeah.
Well, they make a Snickers peanut butter.
Oh yeah, that one's good.
It's a
separate one.
Yeah. It's not a regular Snickers.
Reinagel doesn't like peanut butter.
I'm not a peanut butter fan. No.
He's weird.
Well, sure. If you want to say I'm weird, I mean that's no secret to anybody.
Well, how do you not like? But what the hell is that Rob's? Is that like a healthy version of peanut butter?
Dude, I don't know.
Although I thought peanut butter was kind of healthy-ish.
I think it is.
You know, it's good protein.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Rob's trying to look good at the pool in Vegas this weekend. Let me have an apple
the pool in Vegas. It's going to take more than an apple and a jar of that to make Rob look good anywhere.
Stop.
At a pool. Love you, Rob.
Come on, man. He'll be out there in his Speedo ready to go.
That's almost as bad as the general walking down some street naked. I'd rather see Don Harris shirtless.
No.
I don't know about that.
Reinagel fondling his apple.
I'm just saying, man. Wow.
Joe, tell me something about a rub.
What the hell?
Going to get freaky. But we will be out there. We'll let you know. So Thursday, Friday, the Blitz will be live out in Las Vegas, getting you ready for a big fight event on Saturday night that you can watch here in San Antonio on pay-per-view if you so choose to do so.
Absolutely.
So,
I know they're going to have it at the Roo Pub.
Well, there you go. You can go to the Roo Pub. Big fan of the Roo Pub. Always have been.
Uh-huh.
Some days more so than others.
Go ahead and brag, Joe.
Yeah, Sunday was one of those days. My wife Maggie loves these games of skill.
Yes,
that they have at the
she's
Roo
got
Pub.
skills
At the Roo Pub, and she had skills on Sunday. That's for
You're
sure.
supposed to buy everybody a shot after you do that.
I didn't know that that's a rule. I took care of the server that
you gotta go back and buy everybody a shot.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'll do that.
It's like making a hole in one.
And I'll make sure it's on a early Sunday afternoon when there's nobody in there.
No, we're gonna be back St. Patrick's Day. We're gonna be live at the Roo Pub on St. Patrick's Day.
That's awesome.
Reinagel's buying everybody a drink.
One drink and about 20 straws. There you go.
Well, what kind of shot is that?
That's a perfect shot.
You cheap.
Damn right. By then, that money's long gone.
Yeah, because you're going to Vegas tomorrow night without your lucky wife.
I know. What am I going to do?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do there.
You don't have the same set of skills.
Well, she never claimed that I did. She's the brains in the family, so.
We all know.
Well, yeah. I'm not denying it.
There's no arguments.
You think I'm an idiot?
No denying that at all. Man. Would you ever get on a bobsled?
It's a random question.
I'm just saying, because I was actually did watch some of that, and some of the, not the bobsled, but the
luge?
Is it the luge?
The luge?
The skeleton?
No, because they were laying flat. Their head wasn't down.
Yeah, so that's the luge. I wouldn't do double luge.
No, I wouldn't do that either. We've already talked about that.
Yeah.
And there's a guy laying on top of a guy, and I don't want to see that.
Not doing double skeleton
no,
either.
And I don't know what they do when they get back to the Olympic Village. But
10,000 condoms are gone.
I thought it'd be fun. I thought it'd be a lot of fun to
bobsled.
Do that.
Yeah, that seems fun.
Well, it does, right?
Yeah.
It really does.
Until you hear from people that actually have done it.
And then the luge thing, or is it a luge?
Yes.
Oh, the bobsled.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Here
we got a guy, a celebrity, did this, and his experience was, I don't think he liked it very much. You'll hear the audio
We'll see
when we return. here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You know, injuries do happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray casting and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
Have you or a loved one been arrested? Call the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, and get the aggressive legal help you deserve. From criminal defense to personal injury, attorney Jesse Hernandez and his powerhouse team are ready to fight for your rights. Calls are answered 24/7 because legal trouble doesn't keep office hours. Call 210-807-8656 or visit JesseHernandezLaw.com. That's JesseHernandezLaw.com. The law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, has your back.
Fast breaks, buzzer beaters, and block parties are back, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all the action because you can make those picks and win money right now here in Texas. And it's so easy. You pick your favorite players. Are they going to go higher or lower on their stats? Points, rebounds, steals, three-pointers made, whatever it is, you get your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. I'm still riding De'Aaron Fox. He's become a great part of this offense. Always a good look for higher with De'Aaron. Download the app today. Use my promo code Alamo. You'll get $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code Alamo. Underdog. Make picks and win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Texas is leading America again, and John Lujan is a big reason why. Working side by side with Governor Greg Abbott, Representative John Lujan helped bring high-paying jobs home and strengthen Texas's energy dominance. Now, John Lujan is ready to bring the Trump agenda home to Texas. That means fighting for affordability, higher-paying local jobs, and lower federal taxes for working families. It means defending Texas energy, protecting oil and gas jobs from failed liberal policies, and keeping America #1 in energy production. It means securing our border, making President Trump's border policies permanent, crushing the cartels, stopping fentanyl, and ending human trafficking. And it means rebuilding our military. No social experiments, no distractions, just the strongest, toughest fighting force on earth. Conservative John Lujan is the only candidate endorsed by the San Antonio Express News, Texas Alliance for Life, and Governor Greg Abbott. On March 3rd, vote Republican John Lujan for Congress. Abbott, Trump, Lujan, a tough team for Texas.
Political ad paid for by John Lujan for Congress.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Logan Fury did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he bought a mini treadmill. Is walking on it during video conference calls more distracting than he thought? Yes. And is that because he overestimated his foot-eye coordination? Definitely. But it's Logan's savings, and if he wants to burn calories and any chance at a promotion, we say, good for you, Logan. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hump day on the Morning Huddle. The Olympics continue on. And, Rob, let's check in with the NFL. How's free agency looking these days?
And the franchise tags, are they flying fast and furious? Is there a trade working for a defensive end? We got so much to talk about with the Cowboys. Get here early, though. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Really trying to get into the Olympics. It's difficult, but I watched some speed skating the other day, and that's pretty wild and wacky. But they all fall, and you got those damn blades. I'm surprised people's legs don't get cut off.
Well, I mean, cuts happen.
Yeah.
In hockey, we've seen all kinds of stuff with that. Although the speed skating's interesting, and there's that one with, I don't know how any of this works, where they switch lanes halfway through to make it even. But how fast they're going is pretty incredible. And I'm always amazed at how quickly they're able to stop, right?
Yeah.
It's not like they've got pick. It's not like they got brakes on those things. they're just
pick? Is that what you just said?
Yeah. You remember that movie?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Toe pick. And then what's her name? Where's the orange that Gorgeous and Jetta, whatever her name is?
Yeah.
And some people, I don't know why, are mad that every time she finishes, she unzips her top and then pulls her hair out. And apparently she's made over $1 million from doing that.
Really?
Yeah, from the bra company.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Yeah, so there's financial reasons for her to relax after the race.
Well,
I have no problem with it.
Well, nobody, I don't think, has a problem with
People have a problem with it.
Well, whatever.
Yes.
But if I'm
my
making,
mother watching the Olympics has a problem with that.
if I'm making $1 million, it's like,
Yeah.
deal with it.
Like, Mom, I don't think she's doing that for you.
No, she's not. And doing it for the Benjamins.
Well, I thought she was doing it for me, but you could say the money.
Well, you go with that, Jason.
I mean,
because you're going to need some of those dreams when your wife's gone.
But of all these Olympic sports in the Winter Olympics, there's not many of them that I think I would even attempt. One, I don't know how to ski. I don't like to ski. Don't like to be cold. So that's there. But the bobsledding looks fun. The bobsled itself looks fun, and you feel like you're somewhat protected in that thing. Although a couple of famous people have tried to do it, and dude from Saturday Night Live, Colin Yost, he did it. It didn't go well.
I went down the bobsled. I went from start point 1 at the top with a very gifted driver, thankfully, Brian Burkhorn, and I was not prepared for the level of terror of this bobsled. I swear to God, I thought I was going to die. I thought my back was going to snap in half. I thought my bones were going to fly off my body and be littered all up and down the bobsled track. It was by far the scariest experience I've ever had in my life.
Oh, my God!
I give him credit for trying it. I mean, I'd like to try it until I hear from him, and I can see where that would be a pretty rough ride.
And he's got a obviously skilled driver. He's just got to hang on for dear life. But then Jason Kelsey has also tried the bobsled. His reaction, very similar to the comedian. And when I first saw that, I thought, oh, he's just playing it up. He's a comedian. This is Jason Kelsey.
Oh, my God! Holy oh, my God! That's it, baby. That's it. Holy that was so intense.
That's cool, man.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
They're like,
Survived your initiation. Yeah.
that was intense.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Good driving. I had no idea how you knew what I'm doing. The like first couple turns, I'm like, oh, this is kind of fun. And I was like, holy.
So Kelsey went on and talked about the most surprising thing about being on a bobsled.
I do think going down the track is probably the most surprising. And maybe it's just because it's like so burned into my head recently. To me, like I thought, it'd kind of be like a roller coaster. You're like going around. It's nothing like a roller coaster. It feels like it's one of those things that you really don't know what it feels like until you do it. And it is like, it is pulling you down into that thing. And at the same time, you're flying.
Wow.
Now, it doesn't look that bad on TV, right?
No, it doesn't.
It looks like, quite frankly, it's something that we could all do, right? Like, some of these, they can make it to where it's recreational, if you will, but not at the Olympic level, right? There's got to be a way to, because it does look like the most fun.
It really does look like fun. But when you watch that Colin Yost video, and you see him, because there's a camera from behind them, and it looks like Yost is he's not enjoying it. It's like rough. It looks like, and I can see that. Remember the old wooden roller coaster at Six Flags, the Rattler?
Oh yeah,
dude. Now that one was rough, and I kind of liken it to that in some way. But this is probably on steroids.
Well, and you go back and you think about wooden roller coasters. Remember when you were a kid and you would go to Astro World, and they had that big old wooden roller coaster. It was always a summer weekend. Go to an Astros game or two in Astro World, and they had a wooden roller coaster there that damn near will kill you. And apparently it's worse than that.
Texas Cyclone, baby.
Is that what it was called? I couldn't remember what it was
okay.
called.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's how old Astro World is. I used to go as a kid.
Yeah, the only thing apparently scarier than going on the bobsled is seeing Jason Kelsey in the uniform.
I didn't see that.
Just check your DMs. Pledge just sent it. I did not need to see that. Thanks, Pledge.
I was sending it more for the comment that he pinned.
What was his comment? Oh, I see what you're saying here. Yeah,
I'm not reading all that. I'm not reading all that. I'm not reading all that.
Yeah, Jason is, he's a sinner. He's a fat guy.
Wow.
Well, I mean, all those guys on the line are fat guys. Come on.
Thicker than train smoke.
Yeah, that's not a uniform for him, for sure. I'm glad they tried that, and they had the stones to do it. And I would want to say that I would do it. I would even after seeing all of that, I would give it a try. And I wonder, because look, no matter what sport it is, when you have the best of the best doing it, they make it look easy.
Sure,
they all do, and you think you can do it. And I would like to do it.
Of all the Olympic sports, that would be the one?
Well, I can't ski. I can't skate. So,
but you can hang on for dear life?
I think I could hang on for dear life, yeah.
Now, yeah, you're right.
Would you wear the uniform?
Sure, I'd look damn good in that uniform. You kidding me?
Song you dong.
Yeah, that might be a problem,
He would be doing acid injections.
Or a couple of socks. Fold up a couple
of pair.
Well,
I mean, you have to protect yourself from frozen penis.
Well, exactly
I mean,
right.
So, however you need to prepare. I mean, you still have that sock that Lisa gave you, right?
Yes. It's not about comfort, Minix. It's about leaving an impression.
Oh, is that what it is?
So that's what it's all about.
It's cold outside. It's automatically you're gonna use the shrinkage excuse.
That would be embarrassing as hell, because where there's supposed to be a bulge, if it was just straight down, you're like, oh, damn.
Wow. It's worse than I thought for you.
Well, I don't know. I've never had on a bobsledding uniform.
Song you dong.
I never have. That would be interesting. What would you do?
Well, if you're thinking it's going to be completely flat.
Well, I don't think that it would be,
well,
but I mean, you never know.
Yeah, well, no, you would know.
It's cold outside.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be completely gone like you're 3. I mean, stop.
Or it look like a little peanut in there. I mean, come on.
A little Snickers bar.
Fun size.
Yeah. Now maybe I don't like Snicker bars. I don't know. I'd like. What would you do? What can you skate?
Yeah.
Are you a skater?
Well, I mean, I haven't been on skates in a long time, but yeah, I used to.
Wow.
We used to when I worked for the Iguanas. I even have a pair of skates. They're old. They're from the 90s, but we used to skate before every game.
That's great. I tried it once at the Galleria in Houston, and I was on my butt more than I was anything.
Seriously?
Yes. I mean, you try to get going pretty fast, and I want to.
They give you the little trash can, or
I didn't have
little,
that
little cart.
I didn't have that. I didn't want that.
Oh yeah, you'd rather just fall on your ass the whole time until you could figure out how all this stuff works.
Right, but after a while, you kind of get it. Now I couldn't go very fast, but yeah, I get it done. Dude, there used to be a roller skate tent. Come to Alice.
A roller skate tent?
A tent. It's like a circus tent, but it had a wooden floor.
You didn't have a
the traveling roller skate rink?
Yes, and that was a big deal. I was pretty damn good on roller skates. Obviously, it's not the same, but
well,
I mean,
it's kind of the same. Well, see, and maybe that's it. You know, growing up in Copper's Cove, we had Skate World, and you know, every Friday night you'd get dropped off at Skate World around 6 and picked up around 10:30, 11.
Yeah, and you have the music going and the ladies' choice.
Couple skate.
Couple skate. All of that.
Wow.
The arcades.
Yeah.
Well, see, there was an arcade there, but then we had a teen club called the Pink Panther, and W.C. Franks, that was the arcade.
The Pink Panther. Dude.
Good old Copper's Cove, Texas.
You have dudes with raincoats walking in there?
Oh, it was teen club. It was a nightclub for teens.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pink Pony Club.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Google it.
Google. Is it still there?
No. Place got shut down not long after I graduated.
Exactly.
For all the things you're thinking, that was going on there.
Because all the dudes with raincoats.
Chris Hansen.
Exactly. Yes. Oh, Chris Hansen. Wow.
Bad.
I enjoyed my circus tent. It's all we had in Alice. Yeah, you waited for carnivals to come to the mall and the circus tent, skating rink, and
how often did the skate rink come by?
They would come by, I don't know, a couple times a year, I guess. But it would stay there for a while. You know, it wouldn't just come in for a day or two. It would be there for a little while.
Why didn't somebody just build one?
Dude, I don't know. I was a kid.
Well,
how am I supposed to know that? Used to go to the Rialto Theater and watch Godzilla movies every Saturday. That was the entertainment in Alice when I was a kid. Now, when I got older, it was kind of cool because you could drive and go to the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice. It was only about a 45-minute drive to the beach.
Straight road coming back.
Perfect.
Kind of see it.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, it's because in Copper's Cove back in the day, Coryell County is a dry county.
Uh-huh.
So you couldn't go to Killeen to buy beer in high school because too many soldiers, so they were pretty hardcore in Killeen about checking your ID. But there's the Beer Barn in Lampasas that you could show your student ID and get whatever you wanted. You never got change, but you can get whatever you wanted.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we had a place like that, too.
Yeah.
It's called the Icebox.
Yeah.
A 3-year-old could walk in there and get whatever. Yeah, it was no problem. As long as you have money.
Yep.
That's all he gave a damn about. That was it.
Then
we all have one.
Huh?
Yeah, I think so.
We all have one.
I think everybody had one for sure.
I had a bar and a convenience store.
Remember, go Wahoo and beer.
Wahoo and beer?
You never did that?
Is that a chugging thing or what?
No, that's when you just took it.
What do you mean you just took it?
What
the hell are you talking about?
Walk in, grab the beer,
walk out.
Oh, Wahoo! I got
Yeah.
you. I was thinking double luge. I didn't know what you were talking about. I didn't know what you were talking
We're
about.
not talking about funneling it.
Those guys are. We have a poll up on our YouTube page, San Antonio Sports Star. Go there. It's a very simple question. It says, did Wemby save the All-Star game? And right now, a bunch of Spurs fans are voting, obviously, because you love Wemby. 74% say yes, 26% say no.
Should have been 99 to 1 hater.
No, No. Did he save the All-Star?
He saved the All-Star game.
He saved it.
Clark Kent of NBA All-Star Weekend.
Wemby and his cape. Holy cow. We'll talk more about the All-Star game coming up. First, before we go, though, Minix, we got to give away some tickets, buddy, because we have a lot to give away here. The Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders are coming to town, and ought to be a lot of fun. April 12th, it is a Saturday. They'll be at the Tobin Center, and we've got some tickets. If you want to see the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, well, all you have to do is be caller number what?
12.
12. You like the number 12 today. By the way,
Roger Staubach.
If you don't win them, you can always buy them at livenation.com. Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, April 12th at the Tobin Center for caller number 12, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. We'll be back here on the Blitz. With something.
Yeah, with something, yeah, exactly. Well, talking NBA All-Star Weekend, a couple of more days before the games start resuming as well. Of course, you've got college basketball going on. In fact, Underdog just, in my notification here, dropped a 50% boost for today's college basketball game. So, and look, it's basketball season now. You want a place to get in on all the action, make your picks, and win money? Underdog is the place to do that right now in Texas. And it's easy. You just pick whether you think your favorite players are going to go higher or lower on stats like points, rebounds, steals. Get all your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. So download the Underdog app today. Use promo code STAR to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-MY-RESET or visit ncpgambling.org.
Did you know GoodRx can help you save on medication, manage prescriptions, and get trusted health information? If you're one of the millions living with a heart condition, check GoodRx for an easier, more affordable way to manage your health. GoodRx offers common heart medications for under $30. Just search for your prescription, find the best price, then show your pharmacist the GoodRx coupon. And it works whether you have insurance or not. To start saving and better manage your heart health, download the free app or visit GoodRx.com today. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
When snack time calls, Pork Rinds answers. Be your own crunch time hero with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Skip the chip and go straight for the ultimate crunch that's low carb, high protein, and loaded with bold flavor. We're talking sweet barbecue or hot honey. Yeah, it's that good. Snack smarter, crunch harder. Stock up on Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds at HEB or head to porkrinds.com. Make Southern Recipe your crunch time hero.
Hormones can affect everything. Bad skin, bad hair, low energy, poor sleep, brain fogginess, libido, and weight gain. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health, and we take a functional approach to your hormone problems. Eating right and exercise will not be beneficial without optimal hormone function. This goes for men and women. We do state-of-the-art testing to get to the root of your hormone issues and help you get well and stay well. I'm Dr. Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. We can help. 210-468-1891.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings may vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Free products and services are the best. They're next to non-existent, though. But the next best thing does exist. Barter. Alamo Barter. Right here in San Antonio, if you have a business and provide a product or service, you can barter with hundreds of other businesses that are already members. From trips to a medical visit, restaurants and home services, Alamo Barter is a great way for you to trade out your skills with others. Call Alamo Barter or visit them online at alamobarter.com. alamobarter.com.
Talk about stepping up. Bang! Bang! It's time to level up your game. Introducing the all-new ESPN app. All of ESPN, all in one place. Your home for the most live sports and the best championship moments.
The electricity is palpable.
Step up your game with no annual contract required. It's the ultimate fan experience. Level up for more on the ESPN app or at stream.espn.com. Sign up now.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Monday, March 30th at the Golf Club of Texas. Get your slot now. $150 per person or $500 per foursome. The Spring Golf Classic, benefiting fitting animals at no-kill shelters across Texas, is presented by Flight by Yingling, sponsored in part by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, PPL Motorhomes, and Ancira.com. The Spring Golf Classic, Monday, March 30th. Sign up now at sasportstar.com.
Back here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. George Pickens, it is franchise tag day, or the first day of franchise tag period. Runs until March the 3rd. And the Cowboys, well, I guess they have a decision to make. And it sounds like, by all intents and purposes, Jason, they've made it already.
They will tag George Pickens. I think they would like to get a long-term deal worked out with him, but they're not going to allow him to hit free agency. So the tag is going to be there. It's expected to be $28 million.
Wow.
Now, over the weekend, Todd Archer from ESPN.com wrote a great article about everything going on with Pickens. Good read, all the questions you might have, and then he answers them. And there was a line in there that kind of went sideways with all the aggregator type sites. Because Archer did not say that Pickens was fined multiple times. The actual line that he used was, according to multiple sources, Pickens was fined during the season. Brian Schottenheimer had mentioned that he was late a couple of times, and we all know he got disciplined with CeeDee Lamb in Las Vegas. So we don't know how many times he was fined, but when I first saw some of the reports over the weekend, I thought, man, here we go with another Cowboy smear campaign, because that does happen, especially in Dallas. You know, little things come out about people as they're about to sign massive contracts that might give you some pause. But I don't think that's at all the case. And, you know, Jerry Jones kind of laughed it off, basically saying, what's on time? No big deal. I've been late before. Well, you're Jerry Jones. You can be late. Most coaches I know, if you're on time, you're late. You know, you got to be there 5-10 minutes early, right?
Yeah, when I saw that, and I'm not saying it's a big deal, but come on. If you're a football player, it's any business. What makes football players? They can be late, and I get the whole Jimmy Johnson thing with Emmitt Smith, and Emmitt can do whatever the hell he wants, and I get star players. But, I mean, is George Pickens, has he earned that after just one season with the Cowboys?
Well, I mean, superstar status, I'm with you. It feels like Brian Schottenheimer's tried to change the culture there. And maybe is a little bit more hardcore, and if you're late, you get fined. Maybe Mike McCarthy was a little lax in that area from different things that you've heard. I mean, with McCarthy, as much as I liked Mike McCarthy and what he did, it felt like all the penalties and all the lack of discipline because there was no accountability. But when you're talking about these guys making that much money, if they're late and they get fined $5,000 and it comes out of their check, are they even going to miss it, right? Other than knowing they lost money. None of these guys like to lose $1, period. But it's not that. It's not going to hurt them. And then when he starts making $28 million, it's going to hurt even less. But we know the issues, the red flags that he had coming out of college and they had in Pittsburgh. There's a reason Mike Tomlin gave up on this guy. But he was great in Dallas. And at least, there's enough with his history that would give you pause to signing him to a major contract right now, right? There really is. But at the same time, playing on the tag, $28 million, all of it's against the cap. If you're Jerry, you know right now whether you want to sign this guy or not. And you know what it's going to cost you. Do you want to commit that kind of money? Very similar to what we dealt with all last offseason about Micah Parsons. And I think for Jerry, it wasn't anything about Micah. It was the amount of money tied up in that one position and what else could he do with that money. Is that thought process different this year when you already have one high-priced wide receiver to have two on long-term deals like that?
Well, that's what's going to be interesting to see. And if you do that, I mean, I just go back and you look at Cincinnati, and they're a cheap franchise. They have that reputation, but, I mean, they've got two high-priced wide receivers, and their defense sucks. So are the Cowboys destined to be in that same boat? Because, look, I don't think the Cowboys can fix that defense with just the draft. So I have to believe they got to go out and find some players and find some people. Now, they've got a way to make some money, according to all accounts, restructure some contracts, and they get somewhere north of $100 million to spend. But you're talking about, look, obviously, $28 million. So you sign him to a contract. Obviously, it's not going to be anywhere near $28 million, and you still have a lot of money to go out and do what you need to do.
Well, and then again, you look at what projections are. And Spotrac, which is a sports contract website, they are predicting that Pickens could land a 5-year, $153.7 million contract on the open market, average about $30.8 million per year. That would make him the 6th highest paid receiver in the league, right? And that does put him behind CeeDee Lamb. CD told us on Radio Row, even if Pickens is making a couple dollars more, he ain't going to be mad at it. But that's a ton of money in your wide receiver core. So when you look at knowing that you still got Tyler Smith that you're going to take care of, and you want to go spend money in free agency, is the better play to, if you franchise tag him, then you could trade him, but he would have some say in where he's going because nobody's going to give up anything of value if they're not signing George Pickens to a contract like that, 5 years and, what I just say, where's it at on my page? $153 million.
Yeah.
Now, I also look at if he's on the franchise tag this year at $28 million, and they can tag him again next year at 120% of that, which is going to be, $33 million, right? That's the starting number for guaranteed dollars for George Pickens over the next 2 years. This is the funny math that the reason Jerry thinks he won when he had Dak tagged twice, because Dak still got all that same money, but it hurt the Cowboys because all of that went against the cap. Jerry is the only one that thinks he won that, by the way, because he ended up with the 6 years out of Dak when Dak wanted a 4-year deal. But all that money is guaranteed. So you look, if you're going to tag him over the next 2 years at what that total is going to be, that's your starting point for guaranteed money.
You're not going to tag George Pickens over the next 2 years. I just can't imagine you're going to tag him. You're going to tag him this year if you can work out something great. I have to believe the Cowboys are kicking the tires on trading this guy. I mean, I have to believe, because you have to. You have to see what's out there and what somebody would give you.
Sure.
I don't think anybody's going to give him a second-round pick. I just can't imagine that. I've seen that, and that may be the minimum that the Cowboys would want. How about a third and a fifth or something in there? But I have to believe you have to kick the tires. You have to at least listen, because there's some teams out there that are desperate for a number one wide receiver. And is George Pickens that guy? So I don't know. His reputation is such, though, and I'm going to say this, and I only one, but my buddy Ray, big Buffalo Bill fan, who could use a George Pickens. They could certainly use a George Pickens. He said, I don't want him. I don't want that luggage here. So he says, keep him with the Cowboys. Now, look, Ray doesn't know or what George Pickens would turn into, but I think the reputation that George Pickens has is not a good one.
Well,
and whether that's with fans or around the rest of the league or whatever, but I think the Cowboys have got to at least put it out there and take a look at it.
Yeah, but again, if you're looking at 61 million over the next 2 years, and what he has meant to this offense, you're trying to improve the defense without weakening the offense to get to the Super Bowl. And Jerry can free up more money, and that includes signing Pickens, and then still free up some money with redoing other deals or even having Pickens on the tag. Now, better for the cap to have him on a longer-term deal. But Jerry, I don't – his tune is different this year about getting back to the Super Bowl. TMZ, of all things, caught up with Jerry Jones and asked him about the so-called drought that the Cowboys have been in when it comes to the Super Bowl.
I would, first of all, start with this Super Bowl. I would look at these teams. Look at New England. Look at Seattle. They're made up of, for the team, first-year quarterbacks for the team, the system.
Right.
The coaches are fresh on the scene. So the point is, in this day in the NFL, you can go from a pumpkin to a carrot,
right on,
so to speak.
Yeah.
And you can do it in a year, or you can do it in 2 years. That is very promising to me. I've been there. I understand how it's done. I understand how it's not done. I do want to say that it's highly competitive out here, as competitive as anything I've ever been involved in. But, for instance, we're redoing our defense, and I've changed so much about the approach that we're going to have with coaching the defense.
Yeah.
So kind of when you work for yourself like I do, you have to change what's in the mirror, so to speak.
What?
You got to change in the mirror. Change from a pumpkin to a carrot? Is that what he said?
I don't know.
Carriage.
Oh, a carriage.
Like Cinderella, they turned the pumpkin into a carriage.
I thought he said carrot, too.
I thought he said carrot, and I'm like, well, that makes no sense.
Well, it's Jerry.
It is Jerry. Look, all you have to do is look. And again, I know we all gave Jerry a hard time with the all-in comment, but, I mean, if he's going to do it, he's got to. He's got to go all in. There's no other way to fix that defense than you can't let it stand. You can't hope that your 2 draft picks that you're going to have in the first round come in and change everything around. Maybe they help. You're going to have to go out and spend some money on that defense.
Well, I mean, listen to the last part of what Jerry said, and listen carefully. This sounds different than the Jerry Jones we know.
For instance, we're redoing our defense, and I've changed so much about the approach that we're going to have with coaching the defense. So kind of when you work for yourself like I do, you have to change what's in the mirror, so to speak.
All right, so look at the staff that he's hired. Christian Parker getting introduced tomorrow by Brian Schottenheimer. But the approach of how they're going to coach and the idea that you've got to spend in free agency. They've got the money to spend in free agency, so we can't use that as an excuse. But you heard him say, when you work for yourself, you got to look in the mirror. If it ain't working, you got to change. Finally, after 30 years, Jerry Jones has said what everybody else has been saying about doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results.
Well, look, there have been some years that the Cowboys had some players. I think 2 years ago they did. They were Super Bowl worthy.
Sure.
And laid an egg. So, again, and we can go over and over, and there are some other years. But, yes, Jerry was pissed off the year after that. Brought in a bunch of free agents last year, 1-year deals, guys that just didn't make it with their own. So, but this year's got to be different. And it's got to be guys that are proven guys and you're going to have to pay for that. You're not going to get away with $3 million 1-year deals. You're just not. And that's just not going to work. And so we'll see if Jerry has changed his stripes. And it all starts with this George Pickens thing. What are they going to do with this guy? That's where it starts. And I think it might tell you a lot about has Jerry changed or not. You signed Pickens. In my mind, you're saying, okay, the offense was good. We don't want to disrupt that. And now we're going to go work on the defense. So we'll see what happens.
Well, I mean, Pickens tag, so that's $28 million. You can free up other money. We'll see, because you're right. I think as fans, and Jerry got credit for putting together a Super Bowl caliber roster, and that defense laid an egg. A guy that just won a Super Bowl said we were tired at the end of the year. Remember that when DeMarcus Lawrence said, well, we were tired when we got to the end of the year. You know, yeah, Dak wasn't great in that game, but that defense was awful, and Jordan Love carved them up. They weren't ready. As a unit, they weren't ready. And that pisses you off as a fan, but I think Jerry got plenty of credit for putting together a roster that could win. You know, the year Des caught it, that didn't count. That was a Super Bowl caliber team. If Jerry goes all in, right, it doesn't mean there's going to guarantee a Super Bowl for the Dallas Cowboys. But at least you feel like the dude tried. I mean, stuff happens during a season. You know, an injury can derail everything, or, you know, sometimes some bad luck. But you saw Seattle do it this year. Hell, New England got to the Super Bowl and lost. But, man, the future in New England feels bright. You know, Seattle, the Rams a couple of years ago. I mean, there's ways to get there. And if that defense was just to get good, and that doesn't even have to be great, although we've seen what a great defense can do. But with that offense and a good defense, a middle-of-the-road defense, then they could make a legit run. They don't seem that far away if they spend the money on the right players.
That's it. So we'll see if Jerry's going to do that or not. And what does he feel like are the right players? And how much is that going to cost him? So we'll see. It's going to be an interesting offseason. It always is. It all gets started with the Combine, by the way, which is coming up here on the 23rd out in Indianapolis. And no, Jerry will have a lot to say when that kicks off and gets started, I'm sure. Maybe the all-in comment will come back. Who knows?
Well, I mean, I think what Jerry, if he wants to do things different, take care of this Pickens thing early and don't let it become another offseason like what the Cowboys went through last year with Micah Parsons. That would be step one.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if that happens or whether it does not. When we come back, did Victor Wembanyama save the NBA All-Star Game? We have a poll up on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page. 73% of you said, yes, indeed, Wemby did. 27% say no, he did not. We're talking about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. First, though, I got to brag a little bit about my Kinetico quality water softener. You know I love this thing. If you listen to the show at any point in time at all, you know that I love this thing. And the thing that I love is the fact that it's so much better than anything else I've ever had. Well, the good news there is that I've had other water softeners, so I can compare and contrast. And there is nothing that holds a candle to a Kinetico quality water softener. Look, it's time you treat yourself and your family and protect the appliances there that you have from the hard water that we have here in San Antonio and South Texas. Look, Kinetico is the best in the business. They've been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. All their products are made in America, and it is the most popular water softener on the market. And it doesn't run on electricity, so naturally it's not going to increase your electric bill. but it is going to provide soft water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And when you buy a Connecticut quality water softener, you are going to get a free reverse osmosis drinking station that the fine folks at Connecticut will install right there at your kitchen sink. Means bottled water right there at your kitchen sink. You've got it to cook with, to drink, whatever you need it for. It is there, and it is great water. Plus, they're going to give you free money, 0% interest for 12 months. What are you waiting for? Call the fine folks at Connecticut, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at ConnecticutSA.com. And you know the jingle, sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM Floresville.
10-yard line. Touchdown, Vegas. What a wild finish.
Your home for the NFL.
Get in gear at North Park Chevrolet in Castroville, your 5-time dealer of the year. $13,000 off MSRP on new 2026 Silverado 1500s. 5.9% financing on new heavy duties for 84 months. Save $10,000 off MSRP on the 2026 Tahoe Premier. Ready to go electric? Get the 2026 Equinox EV with $13,000 off MSRP. Together, let's drive. North Park Chevrolet, 10 minutes by Loop 410 in Castroville. Must qualify. Call 830-355-2107 for full price and offer details.
George gets justice. If you've been injured, get George, because George gets justice. With over 100 years of combined experience and a relentless dedication to your case, the attorneys at George Salinas Injury Lawyers will fight for what's right. If you've been injured and it's not your fault, get George and get the compensation you deserve. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers today at 210-225-0909 or visit getgeorge.com. George gets justice. Getgeorge.com.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, some bad news today, sad news, I should say. Former Spurs head coach Doug Moe has passed away right here in San Antonio. At the age of 87, his wife apparently was by his side when he passed away. We are past the NBA All-Star break. Teams get to rest up now before returning to action later this week. Spurs return to action Thursday. 6-game win streak on the line in Austin when they take on Phoenix at the Moody Center.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
And we're doing it on a Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Whatever you're doing, however you're doing it, thanks for spending some time with us here on the Blitz. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. Jason Minix is here as well. And both of us coming off a jam-packed weekend for sure. But that's what you're supposed to do, right?
Well, absolutely. I might need a day off from my weekend off.
You don't get any. That's the problem.
Come back to work to rest.
Yeah, jeez. It's good to be back. Certainly, it was a fun weekend, a little long weekend for us. And so hope if you had a long weekend, you had just as much fun as we did. That's what you do on long weekends or short weekends or any weekend. Doesn't matter.
As long as you're having fun.
That's it.
Go live life, create memories.
That's it. That is it.
Go from there. Watched a little of the All-Star game. Watched a lot of the All-Star game over the weekend. And Wemby, I think he saved the All-Star weekend, at least for this year. That is our poll question on the YouTube page. You got time to go vote. Did Wemby save the All-Star game? Right now, 74% say yes.
Spurs fans.
I don't necessarily, well, I mean, I'm going to guess that the vast majority of the people listening to this Fine Here radio program are Spurs fans.
I would assume that too, and there's nothing wrong with that. But again, I think a lot of things. I loved his competitiveness from what I saw, and the fact that anytime he steps out on the floor, he wants to win. He wants to be competitive. He wants to do his best. And I think we're fortunate here in San Antonio that you have a player like that no matter what the situation is, no matter what's on the line, Victor Wembanyama is going to show up and play.
And he talked about that going in for a week before the All-Star game. If he's showing up to play, he's playing to win. Anthony Edwards, who won MVP, said Wemby set the tone. It was definitely competitive with all three teams. He set the tone. It woke me up for sure. That's why the poll is that way. Not because we're Spurs fans or hate Kawhi, who played a great game, or Anthony Edwards, who won MVP. But when you have the MVP saying one dude set the tone, I think he saved the weekend because you know what? It was fun. It was fun to watch. For an event that had become unwatchable and a disgrace, kind of like what we see with the Pro Bowl, the NBA figured out a new format that seemed to work, but you had players buy in, take it serious, and compete. And that made it worth the watch.
Well, and again, from what I saw, Wemby was, kicking some other guys in the ass and saying, let's play and let's go and let's win this thing. And unfortunately, if I'm reading this right, Wemby's team lost both games.
Yeah, they did.
Okay,
Yeah.
they did. So, which I won't lie to you, I'm pretty happy about.
Yeah,
because, USA, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So, nothing against Wemby or what he does here, but hey, that was good to see. And it was we had an overtime and a buzzer beater. So De'Aaron Fox got that done. So fun to watch. Wemby, I'm going to give it to him, right? He saved the weekend. This weekend, we'll see what happens as we move forward.
And again, I think as long as Wemby's involved, and he's quickly becoming the face of the league, and him or Anthony Edwards, but I mean, the way he plays, and if he's going to show up and lead the charge that way, then I think this new format, along with players taking it serious, and I think a big part of that too was the 12-minute games. There's no time to, lollygag. I mean, the intensity is there from the jump because you only have 12 minutes. And, I like the way that the NBA put this thing together. And you can definitely tell that it was done this way for reasons. You had the international guys on the world team. The one USA team was the young Americans, and then you had the old veteran guys. Only problem is the old veteran guys, they got to the championship game and they ran out of gas. So maybe they need to mix the teams up a little bit more, but it felt cool to see, all right, the young and up-and-coming future faces versus the old salts, if you will, and the international. I mean, I like the way the NBA got creative and the players bought in and played hard. It was a good watch on TV.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. I didn't see any of it live. I won't lie to you.
Sure.
None of it live. Watched some highlights of it just to kind of have an idea what was happening, but I did like the intensity of Wemby, and I did, and I appreciate somebody like Ant coming out and giving him credit at a post game interview. To me, that's great, and I hope it does continue. I mean, I do. I hope it continues, and you have the same kind of juice. Problem is, you got guys that and it's been mentioned on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, but I saw it too. You got guys like Luka and even the Joker who really don't give a damn, and so you're going to have a handful of players that don't. And is that going to be a problem, or is that enough that the two faces of the league, as far as I'm concerned, at least right now, Ant and Wemby, are out there and they're playing their butts off?
Well, and I like the fact that they're the young guys, and you can kind of see the passing of the torch happening naturally, even though it's somewhat manufactured, but it is happening naturally because of the way they are playing. And, it's not like, all right, you're going to go be the face, go play. It feels like Wemby is naturally earning that. I mean, all projections, go back to when we were sitting at the Rue Pub and, the Spurs won the lottery, and we knew we were getting this generational talent, the alien, and he was going to be the best player at some point, and him actually living up to that hype. So many of the guys don't.
A lot of guys don't, but you're right. He has, and he's starting to learn the game, too. And I say that because of the way he is fighting back against some of these guys that are trying to bully him. Draymond Green the other night trying to bully Wemby, and Wemby fought right back. And I think that, to me, is a good sign that he knows exactly that nobody's going to give him anything, and they're going to try to bully him. They're going to try to physical him, and he's got to fight back. This kid's only going to get better. What is he, 22 years old? I mean, he's just a baby. Has he reached puberty yet, for goodness sake? I mean, the guy is going to get better as we move forward, and that has got to be a scary proposition for the rest of the league.
Yeah, it's going to be I can't wait. Now, the one part about All-Star Weekend that they have to fix is the slam dunk contest. And they got to figure out how to get the stars in there. Kendrick Perkins on ESPN is challenging the stars to get into the dunk contest.
If it was one thing that stood out that was an embarrassing moment for the All-Star Weekend, that dunk contest was horrible. And I wouldn't say that, and I'm going to sit up here today and say the dunk contest don't need to go anywhere, but it does need to be fixed. And the only way you could fix it is by you need the big-time players, the big names, Anthony Edwards, Ja Morant. Hell, I would even like to see Wemby in it at 7'7". Participate. Because, see, the difference between the dunk contest and the three-point contest, the superstars and stars, they participate in the three-point contest. We saw Dame Lillard, right? We saw other guys participate night in and night out. The dunk contest, we need those big-name guys. Whatever Adam Silver and the NBA need to do to get the guys to commit and participate, damn it, get it done. It might cost a little lettuce, but make sure you get it done. The dunk contest means too much to the NBA and All-Star Weekend, especially to All-Star Weekend, period.
Look, there is a difference, though, in my mind, between the three-point shootout and the dunk contest. And some of these guys are not going to want to risk getting hurt. And I don't think there's enough money that Adam Silver can throw out at them that's going to make a difference in that. I just don't. And I think the days of seeing the big stars compete in the dunk contest are over. And I think we've seen that over the last few years.
Maybe. At some point, some of these, and it might end up having to be the younger stars, right? I don't know about Wemby in the slam dunk contest, but it'd be fun.
Well, would it? He wouldn't be jumping very high.
Well, he wouldn't even have to jump.
I know. I don't know what you would do with that. Just kind of twirl it around your head and then bam.
Mm-hmm.
I have no clue.
I mean, I've seen him in pregame warm-ups do like between the legs dunks and stuff.
Sure. But I wonder if he could bring out like a 15-foot rim.
Probably.
That would be funny. And it would be unique, which is another thing the NBA dunk contest needs, in my opinion. A little something fresh, unique. I don't know. I don't think we have that anymore. Shireen Williams, ProFootballTalk.com, will join us next here on The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Looking for TRT? You don't want to pay hundreds or settle for low-dose TRT. Centergenics and Low T Center take most insurance plans, and they customize each dose for maximum safe results. You don't want to compromise your health. Centergenics and Low T Center have been highlighted for having the highest quality testosterone on the market. They only use pharmaceutical-grade testosterone, never compounded testosterone, so you know exactly what is going in your body. And the T-test is absolutely free. And all the providers at Synergenics and Low T Center are board certified and experts in their field, not random chatbots or providers you never actually see. And they can help you meet your real goals, not just your medical ones. Synergenics and Low T Center have a variety of peptides that help with healing, muscle tone, recovery, sleep, weight loss, even hair and skin quality. And right now you can get $50 off per vial for select peptides and GLP-1s. So book that free testosterone test and pick up discounted peptides and GLP-1s while you are there. Get started. Go to lowtcenter.com or synergenics.com and book that free T-test today.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. For the past 32 years, I've represented San Antonians injured in auto accidents. I'm a second-generation attorney here in town. My father, Bob Thompson, has practiced law here in San Antonio for more than 50 years, and I learned how to practice law from him. I learned what it means to be asked to represent a client and the tremendous honor and obligation that comes with being someone's attorney. And here's what that means for you. If you call my office, I will be the one you speak to. I will be your attorney, not a staff member or a junior lawyer. 2, I have one rule in my office. If my client's happy, I'm happy. 3, relationships. A good one is built on communication, honesty, and time. I like talking to my clients. They're the only reason I go to work every day, and each is very special and very much appreciated. If you or a family member has been injured in an auto collision, please call me. My name's Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or you can go to my website, alawyerforus.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
If you haven't checked out the new Novo Brazil Brewing Company attached to North Star Mall, what are you waiting for? We're talking craft beers and kombucha on tap, a handcrafted food menu, 8 massive LED screens. This is San Antonio's newest sports watching destination. It's Novo Brazil Brewing Company's first Texas location and is conveniently attached to North Star Mall and open late hours to serve you. Fresh Novo Poke Nachos, Picanha Prime Sirloin, burgers, and more. Novo Brazil Brewing Company. Go to novobrew.com. That's novobrew.com.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I own a coffee shop, and I wanted to label everything with our logo.
That's ambitious.
Cups, boxes, bags.
Ooh, that'll add up.
Not at all, because right now, Staples prints custom labels for 30% off.
30% off? That's shockingly affordable branding.
Yep, now our logo and URL are seen all over town.
Brand your business for less at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in store, online, or in the app by 4/4 to unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Stars Spring Golf Classic is back. Round up your foursome, your work crew, your weekend golf buddies, even the ladies, and get ready for a fun, laid-back day at the Golf Club of Texas. Monday, March 30th. Lock in a team for just $500 for a foursome, or jump in solo for $150 per player and spend the day talking trash, crushing drives, and laughing your way around the course. This isn't a stuffy golf club tournament. It's golf the way it should be. The Spring Golf Classic benefits feeding animals at no-kill shelters across Texas. So you're having a great time for a great cause. Presented by Flight by Yingling and sponsored by Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chunk Club, PPL Motorhomes, and Ancira.com. And when the last putt drops, the day is just getting started. Join us for the after party at the 90 Proof Bar at Lucky Ranch Road and Highway 90. Cold drinks, great food, and all the post-round storytelling you can handle. So pick your team, claim your spot, and tee up with San Antonio's Sports Star. Sign up your foursome now at sasportstar.com.
You want to hear that live? You certainly can. Zach Bryan at the Alamo Dome. He's coming to San Antonio Saturday, March 21st. It's the With Heaven on Tour. And we've got your tickets right here. If you don't win the tickets, you can go to zachbryan.com and purchase them. But we're giving a pair away right now to caller number 12.
Caller 12.
Caller 12, 656-3776, 656-ESPN. Good luck to you. This is The Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe. He is Jason.
The off-season of George Pickens and the drama that could or could not be there has already started, because today is the first day that tags can be applied, although we know he won't get tagged today. Will he before the deadline becomes the question. Let's talk about it with Shireen Williams from ProFootballTalk.com, who joins us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And Shireen, I want to start with the article that Todd Archer at ESPN wrote over the weekend that then kind of got blown out of proportion with the aggregators going from multiple sources to multiple finds.
Yeah, that's not what he said, and that's not how it read. And then obviously, yeah, it as things tend to happen on the internet, it got blown out of proportion, and here we are. But we already knew that he has been fined for being late. Tardiness is not, that's kind of expected with George Pickens and some other players. I think Des Bryant would probably tell you he was late more than a few times. So it's not unprecedented at the Star or at Valley Ranch or wherever else the Cowboys have trained quite frequently. So, yeah, I don't think that's as big a concern as some of the things that happened in Pittsburgh when they were ready to move on from George Pickens. The Cowboys obviously are not ready to move on from George Pickens and want to keep him long term, and we'll see if they can make that happen. Well, they can. We know they can make it happen. Will they make it happen?
Well, and I guess that's the big question. Obviously, they're going to franchise tag him, Shireen, and figure out what he wants and what he may be able to get. Let me ask you this question. They franchise tag him. I know he can't become a free agent, but the agent can maybe, I don't know, can he talk to other teams and say, what would you pay this guy, and try to get a bidding war going somehow, some way?
It depends on which tag they use. If they use the exclusive franchise tag, he can't talk to anyone else. If they, I say officially he can't talk to anyone else. You can talk to anyone you want to talk to anytime you want to talk to them, but is it tampering? Yes, technically. But if they use the exclusive tag, the agent and other teams are not supposed to talk about George Pickens. If they use a transition tag, then it's a little different situation. You can let other teams negotiate, just like what the Ravens did with Lamar Jackson a few years ago, and no one talked to him. So that's kind of where they are, and I would expect him to use the exclusive franchise tag and, have his exclusive rights and try to negotiate a long-term deal. And as we know, the Cowboys generally do these things in July if they're going to get done. Sooner than later would be better, but that's not been their MO. And then if he gets to the deadline of July 15th, he doesn't have the long-term deal, I imagine they will have to pay him more than what the tag is to get him to come in if they want him to come in for training camp. So you can't do that. You can't increase. Not like you can't pay him less. You have to pay him what the franchise tag is, but you can pay him more than what the franchise tag is for 1 year. But it's going to mess up their cap if they have to pay him for what the franchise tag is. It would be much preferable for them to be able to sign him to a long-term deal and get that number down for this year to have more room to go sign some defensive players in free agency.
Because obviously, Shireen, they've got to go spend money in free agency to fix the defense. They can't just count on the draft to fix all the problems they have on the defensive side of the ball.
Preach.
But Jerry sounds different this offseason. His actions with hiring the defensive staff is different. He even said it's on TMZ. You know, you got to look at the guy in the mirror. You can't keep doing things the same way. I was blown away. Like, who is this guy? Why is the light bulb finally gone off?
I hope so. And you're right. The hiring of the staff was way different. The fact that he got rid of Matt Eberflus after 1 year, that's not something that Jerry generally does. We know he doesn't like paying off coaches, and he paid off an awful lot of coaches and paid a lot of money for this new defensive coaching staff to come in. It's not something he's usually done. He let Schottenheimer hire his own defensive coordinator, let the defensive coordinator hire his own staff. Yeah, so they have done things differently. Is that going to continue into free agency when it's going to cost even more money? I don't know. Again, I've got to see it to believe it. You know, when he said all in 2 years ago, I believed it. I thought, wow, okay, they've changed their MO. They've gone back to they're going to spend money in free agency. And we all know what happened and how that played out. It didn't happen. So either they are or they aren't, and we're going to find out once free agency starts if they get into that first wave in the first week or, you know, early in the second week, quicker than they have in the last decade or whatever it's been since Brandon Carr signed that $50.1 million deal and, you know, on the first day of free agency. And after that, they signed a ton of players that first day and they said, this didn't work out. We're never going to do this again. And they haven't until potentially now. So let's hope they do, because you're right. You cannot fix this defense with the draft that you have. You can't have this many rookies come in, however many it is, and expect them to start and expect the defense to turn around right away. It's not going to happen. You should get 2 defensive starters out of this draft. How much are they going to help? We'll find out. But you've got to supplement that through either trades or free agency.
Yeah, I don't think Jerry's got any choice. If he wants to field a team that can compete for a Super Bowl or even a deep playoff run, you've got to do that. Which brings to the other thing, and you mentioned the trade word. I read some reports over the weekend, Shireen, that Cowboys might be interested for a second-round pick, maybe a third and a fifth for a George Pickens. What do you think about trading Pickens?
I wouldn't personally, but, you know, I wouldn't put it past them to do something like that, especially if they don't feel like they can come to a long-term deal. Before last year, I wouldn't have said that, but after what we saw with Micah Parsons, I think it could be a possibility if they tag him and Pickens and his agent say, look, we're not, by the way, the same agent as who Micah Parsons has. And they say, look, we're not playing on the tag, period, end of story. Either you get a long-term deal or we're done. And either the Cowboys get a long-term deal or they'll trade him. You know, they could push their backs to the wall like they did with Micah and force the Cowboys to either work out a long-term deal or trade him. And that's the only way I see him traded, is if they're backed into a corner and don't feel like they want to sign him to what he wants in a long-term deal. And then they trade him and get what they can for him. But I just don't think you're going to get enough for him to make it worthwhile. This guy only got a third-round pick last year. You're not going to get much more than that. People think this is like some fantasy football type thing where you can trade George Pickens for Patrick Mahomes. That's not the way this thing works. George Pickens for 2. I saw somebody say, oh, the Cowboys would get more for George Pickens than they would get from Micah Parsons. Are you absolutely nuts? Are you out of your mind?
No.
That's not going to happen. Like, he was available for a third-round pick. They're not getting much more than that. I could see him getting a second-round pick, but to me, that's all you're going to get, and I don't think it's worth it for a second-round pick. I think you sign him to a long-term deal. You tag him, you sign him early in free agency to a long-term deal, reduce that salary cap hit for this year, and sign some defensive guys. You can do it. If you want to do it, you can do it. We'll see. You said Jerry has changed his ways. We're going to find out. If he has, they sign Pickens to a long-term deal in March, and then they sign some defensive free agents. And we say, hey, this is great. You know, their team has gotten better in a hurry, because I think this team is close. I think if they improve that defense, if they go get 2 or 3 free agent starters and then use those first 2 picks on defensive players, this team can contend next year. They can do this in a hurry, but they have to help the defense. It can't just be, oh, we'll count on Christian Parker to do it. You don't know what Christian Parker is. He's never called a defense.
Speaking the truth, Shireen
Amen,
Williams
yes.
from Pro Football Talk here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. And Shireen, I've been saying that this offense, Super Bowl caliber, if that defense got good, they don't have to be great, although we've seen what great defenses can do. But if they were, I don't know, somewhere between like 12 and 17, then I think they could end up in the Super Bowl. Now, aside from George Pickens, who's going to get all the headlines, I know Brandon Aubrey's a restricted free agent. I think, you take care of that one pretty easy. But some of the other free agents that they have, whether it's, the running back or a Jadeveon Clowney, Donovan Wilson, a Sam Williams, what's the priority list, do you think, of guys that they want back?
Well, you're going to have to sign Tyler Smith to a long-term deal, and that's going to be probably at the top of your priority list too. At some point in the very near future, and getting Brandon Aubrey, as you said, should be a relative. I mean, you should make him the highest paid kicker in football, and boom, that's done. And then you work on keeping some of these free agents and who they're going to keep. That's going to be the key question. Who do you think performed well enough for you? I'd like to see him keep Jadeveon Clowney. Are they going to be able to do that? I don't know. I think he was their best pass rusher last year. If you can keep him, then I think you're on your way to helping, again, improve that pass rush, because you're going to get other pass rushers to come in and help, and probably something of a rotation. But he was your best pass rusher last year, so I certainly would like to see them keep Jadeveon Clowney. And then you've got a lot of work to do. You need a corner. You need a safety. I mean, they haven't had a great safety to play since Roy Williams. And, he had the 1 or 2 great years way back when, but they haven't had many great safeties, and they have never won a Super Bowl without a great safety, without an All-Pro. So they haven't won a Super Bowl without one. Think about that. Think about all the great safeties they've had. They haven't won a Super Bowl without a great one. So you need a safety who is great, who can play, who can help you. So you need a safety, you need a linebacker, at least one. You need some corner help. You need a lot for this defense. You need edge rushers. So they've got it taken care of in the middle of that interior of that defensive line. But other than that, they have a lot of work to do defensively.
Well, that sounds like a long day at HEB, Shireen, with that grocery list that you just had there. I want to ask you, though, your thoughts on the offensive line for the Cowboys. I know you already talked about Tyler Smith, and you've got Cooper Beebe, which I think is a hit. Tyler Guyton, the jury, for me, is still out on this guy. What do you leave him at left tackle if you're Jerry Jones, or do you move him around and maybe put Tyler Smith in that spot?
Yeah, well, Tyler Smith doesn't want to play there, so to me that's a problem, since he doesn't want to play there, and he's much better at guard than he is at left tackle. So I think at this point you keep Tyler Guyton there, and look, they're not, if they're going to spend their top draft picks on defensive players. If they don't, they're going to get killed publicly for not spending it on defense. You got to draft defensive players, so they're not going to get offensive line help early in this draft. So it's going to be the guys who are here now are probably going to be the guys who are going to be your offensive line starters. So to me, you keep Guyton at left tackle, especially if Tyler Smith doesn't want to play out there, which he doesn't seem to be inclined to do. And he is a much better guard than he is a left tackle.
Although if he got left tackle money as opposed to guard money, I think he might want to be out there at tackle.
That's true. Maybe that's the case. Yeah.
I mean, if you want me to play tackle at guard money, I don't want to go. But if you're going to pay me tackle money, I'll be glad to be your left tackle.
Yeah. Maybe that would do it.
It's going to be a fascinating offseason, as they always are. And I imagine next week when they're out at the Combine, Jerry and David Mulligetta might actually meet. Do you think?
Yes, I would expect a lot of those meetings at the Combine, and that would be the one that would be at the top of their list.
That's why we cover the Dallas Cowboys, Shireen, because you just never know, and it's always entertaining. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 365 days a year they're entertaining.
Yes, they are.
Absolutely.
Yes, they are.
Make sure you're following her on Twitter at NFL Shireen. Read her at ProFootballTalk.com. Shireen, are you going to the Combine? Are we going to talk to you next week from Indy?
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll get there on Monday.
All right.
From the Combine on Tuesday, unless she's got some fancy meeting she's got to go to. We'll visit with you.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Thanks, Shireen.
All right, sounds great.
Safe travels. Shireen Williams on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online, buyersbarricades.com.
You know, it's interesting. We've talked about it. It's nothing new, but that was a hell of a list she was reading off.
Mm-hmm.
Cowboys' needs on defense.
Uh-huh.
Well, if they could fix half of those things, they're going to be a hell of a lot better than they were.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
we will see.
I mean, I hear her say, and she's true. I know sometimes it's hard to believe, they really don't seem that far away from being a legit contender.
I totally agree. I mean, the offense, if they keep it intact, they're going to need a running back, whether that's Javonte Williams or somebody else.
Yep.
You're going to have to sign a running back. But really, it's the only thing. And how does that offensive line hold up? And I don't know. To me, there are parts of that offensive line that I'm just not sold on. So, but other than that, yeah, your offense is in pretty good shape. It's not bad. So, contenders, huh?
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
It's about the time we start.
It's February, right?
Right. It's about the time, isn't it?
Super Bowl.
That's right. Here we go.
I might still be drunk from Vegas. Be back in Vegas tomorrow night.
Well, you can put some money on them. Put it on your refrigerator.
Ooh.
There you go, Minix.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, the casinos love seeing this guy come in.
They love seeing us all come in.
Being with his Dallas Cowboy gear on, he's going to put a lot of money on the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl.
Dude, the odds right now? I mean, if I'd have done that for my wife last year at 80-1.
Dude.
I mean, when we were out there and she bought a ticket, it's still on the fridge for them winning the NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl. There's about $300 on the fridge I get to go cash in.
Oh, well, that's nice.
But
not bad.
If I'd have bought that in August when we were at Circa at 80-1, so $100 on that would have been
not bad.
$20 would have been good on that.
That would have been good too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, you got to have some. You got to have some balls, Minix. Got to have a pair,
you gonna
buddy.
Put some money on your Titans?
Got to have a pair. Yeah. Let me do that. Yes.
And their new look.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, Mike Evans might be a Titan.
That would be good. They do need somebody out there. We'll
Yeah.
see. But I don't know if that was real or not.
I don't know, but that was gorgeous.
I'm telling you what. And what I love about it is just further trolls the Houston Texans and the city of Houston. And I love it. It is fantastic. Now we're going to wrap things up. We continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any gear, make sure you get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. If you need caps done, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom. And he's got all the popular cap brands like the Richardson 112 style trucker caps, Katie caps, Nike Cap America, to name a few. If you need T-shirts, screen printed, Sam will get you taken care of. Your logo on a nice golf shirt, fishing shirt, dress shirt. Sam has all the big name brands, now carrying a full line of Tommy Bahama. The Tommy Bahama is at incredible pricing, and that pricing does include the logo. Over 700 uniform lines to choose from, all kinds of industries. Nobody has better prices. Sam is the only company in Texas with one-day turnaround. No order too big, no order too small, and all items do come with a warranty. Call 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or go by that massive showroom on San Pedro, 1 mile inside Loop 410, right there across from the McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
Hump day on the Morning Huddle. The Olympics continue on. And, Rob, let's check in with the NFL. How's free agency looking these days?
And the franchise tags, are they flying fast and furious? Is there a trade working for a defensive end? We got so much to talk about with the Cowboys. Get here early, though. Party starts at 6.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. Morning 6 to 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Move over, Chips. There's a new crunchier MVP in the snack aisle. Enter pork rinds. Southern recipe pork rinds are low-carb, gluten-free, and packed with protein to keep you going. And the flavors, big, bold, crunchy. From sweet barbecue to hot honey, every bite brings that flavor-packed crunch you crave. Grab your favorites today at H-E-B or online at porkrinds.com. Southern recipe pork rinds are your snack time, crunch time hero.
The Gomez Law Firm is one of the most trusted names in personal injury law across the state of Texas. We have Jose here with the Gomez Law Firm to share what makes working with your firm different than others in the area.
You know, we pride ourselves as being an open line of communications. We don't have an automated service. You're not going to ever dial our phone number and get some robot on the other line. You're always going to get a person 24/7. Our principal office is here in San Antonio. Mr. Gomez was born and raised here, practicing law here in San Antonio in his community for 50 years. There are not many attorneys that can say that.
Thank you to the Gomez Law Firm for continuing to fight for our community. The Gomez Law Firm is San Antonio.
If you've been injured, if you've been involved in an accident, you've been involved in a car wreck, call the Gomez Law Firm.
Visit joegomezlaw.com. That's joegomezlaw.com for one of the most trusted names in personal injury.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Attention coaches, educators, and booster clubs. Need a fundraiser that's different from the rest? With Gardenville, supporters purchase something they already need. High quality, locally sourced mulch and compost. Your organization earns money on every sale. Real products, real value, with support from Gardenville to keep it simple. Ready to grow your fundraiser? Visit garden-ville.com/fundraising. That's garden-ville.com/fundraising.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Lucky Larry's Landscaping, Larry! Larry saved his business money with a quick commercial auto quote from Progressive. Does it help he's his own marketing manager, accountant, executive assistant, and never been late? Technically, yes, but saving really put him over the edge. So, Larry, give Larry a round of applause. Be your own Larry. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Build your team, build it sooner. Need your match on ZipRecruiter.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. All your roles, fill them sooner. Need your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free, and you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, you can upgrade to a queen mattress and adjustable base for just $499.99. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits is welcoming new furry family members. 6,000 square feet of indoor play, 5 outdoor yards, and trained staff for your pup. Call 210-750-1298 today. Bluebonnet Bunkin' Biscuits.
Back here on the Blitz on a Tuesday afternoon. Happy to have you along. As we start a new week after a long weekend, it has been fun, and there's a lot going on. Again, the new Dallas Cowboy defensive coordinator, Christian Parker, will meet with the media for the first time, at least in a formal setting, press conference-wise, tomorrow at 3. We'll certainly have some of that for you, and plenty to talk about, Jason Minnick.
Well, absolutely. We will carry that press conference live tomorrow, at least parts of it. Scheduled to start at 3, so probably, 3:15, give or take. But, and what I find interesting, according to the Cowboys, and there are, information to the media about the press conference, the Cowboys will host a press conference. Brian Schottenheimer, to introduce defensive coordinator Christian Parker. No mention of a Jones. And again, it feels weird, but Jerry has done things differently this offseason. For Jerry Jones not to be there, unless he's, I don't know, out of town, on vacation somewhere. But
you think I'm an idiot?
For the Joneses not to be a part of that does seem a little surprising.
Yeah, absolutely it does. Well, I mean, we'll see if he shows up, or even Stephen Jones. Is he going to be there? Will McClay, will he be there, or will it just be Shoddy and Christian Parker?
Which, again, different for the Cowboys,
Yeah,
kind of refreshing. Kind of refreshing. And by all accounts, this feels like a Brian Schottenheimer hire. And this feels more Brian Schottenheimer influence than anything that we've seen Jerry Jones do when it comes to hiring coaches or introductory press conferences.
It's weird. That's for sure. Because Jerry, anytime the media gathers, Jerry kind of likes to be there.
Well, not kind of. Again, we'll wait and see if Jerry is there. And it might turn out, Jerry's, on business somewhere. But, these kind of things could happen almost at any point. So, I don't know, kind of odd.
Well, we'll see what happens. All we have to do is wait until 3 o'clock tomorrow to find that out, and we'll go from there. But going to be interesting to see, and interesting to hear what he has to say. And, again, this is more just I don't know, does he talk a good game? And I think that's the question. What's he going to say? His philosophy. I'm sure he's going to be asked all of those types of questions, but it's going to be interesting for sure. Obviously, we've been talking a lot of Cowboy free agent stuff and what they need to do. I love how Shereen Williams just gave us a long list of groceries we need to go buy if you're a Dallas Cowboy fan to fix that defense. So it's going to be interesting to see. And what does the Christian Parker want? I think that might be an interesting question for him. What does he think he needs, and what would he like? Is there a priority for him, or will he even answer that question?
I'm guessing he won't answer the question. He'll talk about, we've got to go look at tape and study. But when you think about Donovan Wilson, experienced starter in that secondary, is he the kind of safety that Christian Parker wants? He is a free agent. Jadeveon Clowney, he was their best pass rusher last year. Dante Fowler, Kenneth Murray, go bye-bye. Sam Williams, still a bit of a project, but certainly has an impact on special teams. C.J. Goodwin, same thing, special teams guy, but he's a corner. So when you think about some of those defensive priorities, there's a long list of guys that you'll never see again that may or may not be in the NFL next year, or you won't keep track of them. But when you think about some of those key free agents in the Christian Parker influence, a guy like a Donovan Wilson, a guy like a Jadeveon Clowney, and Clowney played so well this year, he might have priced him way out of what Dallas is going to want to pay. But at the same time, they're going to have to go get some free agents and spend money on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, there's no question about it, and a lot of money. They're going to have to find a lot of money to go spend, and so we'll see what happens. But it's going to be entertaining, that is for sure.
You know what we do every Tuesday about this time? We do our injury update powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine, online at TSAOG.com. Let's welcome on Dr. Richard Nauert here on the Buyers Barricades guest line. And, Doc, I want to start with something I saw on video a little while ago, and that was getting airlifted from the Olympics to the United States with a broken leg. The Lindsey Vonn surgery is crazy, and apparently she tweets out, as my page refreshes and I'm trying to read, "My leg is still in pieces, but I'm finally home. Thankful to all the medical staff who helped get me home, and look forward to my next surgery. More severe than just a broken leg." What all is she actually dealing with, do you think?
Yeah, guys, it's a great question. You know, we all saw the video talk about a traumatic injury, but essentially what it seems like is she had, a significant multiple break fracture to the lower leg bones to the point where she developed significant swelling where they had to open up some of the tissue to allow the swelling to have a place to go, and they had to stabilize the knee with those pins and bars that you saw in the picture called an external fixator that basically holds everything close together to allow the swelling to go down and for her to travel back home. But she ultimately is still going to need surgeries to help put her bones back together.
So, I mean, obviously, it doesn't take a genius to say that was pretty bad break. I mean, is there only certain amounts of things you can do at a time, or you just you do one thing and wait for that to heal before you can do something else?
Yeah, it's a great question. Essentially, there's so much trauma that occurs with that type of fracture that there's so much swelling that if you make incisions in the skin and put hardware on the bone, that you won't be able to close the skin, and you risk getting an infection or having some type of wound problem. And so you literally have to stabilize the leg with these pins and bars that are outside the area of the injury to let the swelling and let the tissues settle down, and then go back at a later time and do the actual surgery.
Wow.
You know, and again, you see so many things on the internet, you don't know what's true, but, you know, I guess at one point there was some reports of amputation as a possibility, but hearing what you're talking about just kind of reminds me of Alex Smith, who went through his broken leg and all the infection and then was over here in San Antonio at the Intrepid Center getting worked on. Is that the kind of rehab, something similar to what we all saw with Alex Smith?
You know, it's similar. You know, Alex Smith unfortunately developed, an infection and had a lot of surgeries geared towards clearing the infection. Lindsey Vohn's story is similar in the sense that she had a significant trauma, and hopefully she doesn't develop an infection, but the process is still the same, where essentially you have to let the dust settle and let the tissues and let the knee calm down before you go back at a later date to do a complex reconstruction.
It's going to be fascinating to follow that and watch and see what happens and how she recovers. So stay tuned for that. I want to ask you about the Utah Jazz forward Jaren Jackson Jr., Doc, and he underwent surgery to remove a growth in his left knee. And the story doesn't say what that growth is. What could that possibly be?
So I think I saw a report earlier that it's something called PVNS. It's basically pigmented villonovular synovitis, and there's another term for it that's a long term called tenosynovial giant cell tumor. But essentially, it's a benign growth in the knee that's inflammation of the joint lining or the synovium in the knee. And it's something that I guess they picked up on the physical, or he was having some symptoms, but usually you have to remove it. And it's a benign process, but you have to remove it with surgery from the knee. And the risk is that it can come back if you don't remove all of it. So hopefully he gets one surgery and he's okay, but a little bit of an interesting, situation for him. I hope he's doing okay.
All right. Now, you got all those big words. I'm going to throw one at you. You're probably going to know it. It's because I don't know that I've ever read this word before, but there are 3 baseball players, Francisco Lindor, Corbin Carroll, and Jackson Holliday, are all dealing with hamate fractures. What the hell is that?
That's a great question. The hammate's one of those small little bones in your wrist or your palm that we don't really think too much of. But for guys like these guys that do a lot of hitting and swinging of the baseball bat, you also see it in golfers sometimes that maybe don't have a great strike and hit the ground. You can crack this little bone in your palm, and it can lead to significant pain or loss of grip strength. And so obviously for these high-level athletes and hitters, they have to have it addressed. But interesting that 3 guys are going through it at the same time.
Well, 3 guys, but only one apparently is having surgery to fix it.
So there's different ways to treat it, and it depends a little bit on where you crack the bone, of course. Sometimes you can go in and fix the piece back, or you just take it out. Sometimes you can treat it like other fractures where it's not displaced and you can manage it and it'll heal okay on its own. So depends on different for each person, but still one of those nagging injuries that is kind of unique to baseball players.
Well, I mean, does it take a while to heal from something like that typically?
If you're going in and you're just removing the little piece that's broken, it's a few weeks of recovery, but most people are getting back to hitting and activities within a couple months, doing pretty well. If you have to go in and fix it, you have to let the fracture heal, and of course that adds to the recovery time, and delays the rehab and recovery process.
It's baseball season. All the weird injuries like Josh Hader. Stop throwing. Pitchers and catchers just got there, but he's got arm soreness. He'll be out 10 or 11 days.
Yep. Biceps tendonitis, I saw. He'll be okay.
He'll be fine.
He's fine. He just wants to get out of work and go play golf out there. Yep. That's what's going on there, right? Good stuff. Dr. Richard Nauert, appreciate all the big words that you used today.
Hey, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Good stuff. Our injury update powered by the Sports Institute at TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine online at TSAOG.com. Dr. Nauert and all our guests on the Buyers Barricades guest line where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond online at buyersbarricades.com.
Interesting stuff because I love these guys coming on because they've always got the answer, just bam, right away, like a hammate. Who the hell knew you had a hammate?
I don't even know what that is. I don't know that I've ever read that before, but 3 dudes have it.
I mean, that's crazy. And then you got the whole Lindsey Vonn thing, which is just baffling to me. I mean, this poor woman has got a long road to recovery in front of her.
I just can't imagine. I know she was getting loaded up on a private plane and to fly her home.
Yeah.
And I know she's on some really good drugs, but turbulence has got to hurt like hell when your leg is still in pieces and you're fractured like that.
I would think so. I flew home from Denver one time with a broken rib. It hurt like hell. It really did.
What?
I've told you the story before. This right after 9/11. Spurs were in Denver for a playoff series, and they still had the cement barriers around the arena. So I guess so nobody would crash into them. But
sure.
We had a ton of stuff, and as usual, Marcus was making me do all the work and carrying everything. And so I was trying to get over this cement thing, and as I sat down, I sat in the crack of the 2 cement barriers and fell down and hit my rib had a couple of cracked ribs.
Was it really cracked, or you just were complaining?
No, they were cracked because, we were leaving then. So I get to the airport, and Will Sevening there, the trainer for the Spurs, and he was on the same flight we were. And he basically says, nothing I can do for you. But
have a cocktail.
Anytime you have a little turbulence, I mean,
yeah.
So I get home, and I go to the doctor, and x-rays, and nothing we can do for you.
Yeah.
You break a rib, dude, there's nothing they can do for you.
Yeah, but you got hurt at work, man. Workers' comp.
But it hurts like hell.
Yeah.
Well, I never even thought of that.
Well,
I should have.
Marcus would have.
Well, I mean, he didn't say anything. And again, I'm doing all the work, and that's what happens.
Somehow we'll hear the true story at some point from one Marcus Floyd.
You probably will. Pledge, you got a show today? James Pledger, extra innings with James Pledger. That's coming up next. Be sure and join the fellas in the morning. The Morning Huddle, AJ and Rob, they will get your Wednesday started off on the right foot. And Minix and I will be back here at 2. Until then, have a great night, everybody.
Riding I-10 with the Blitz.